our town and our community what we do and the work that they're putting in, and we've been fortunate enough to do that for 2 weeks, and now we're on the road for the next 2, and we'll roll on from there.
Coach, a great test for your group in Week 3 with the Caney Bullpups. Obviously, Chris Davis has been doing it at a high level for a long time, but they have great running backs, as they always do. They're very physical at the line of scrimmage, really impressive front 7 on defense, and they have a quarterback that can sling it a little bit, too, in Lane Denny. So what do you see from Caney? Obviously, it's going to be 2 really talented 2-0 teams on Friday night.
Yeah, it's Caney Valley. You know what you're going to get with Chris Davis. I mean, it's double tight wishbone. You're going to get run the ball, and then we're going to get, pass over the top. They've got the athletes now that they can go from the wishbone out into, 2-by-2 sets and throw the ball around a little bit, so have the running game out of that as well. So, I mean, they pose a lot of challenges. Chris does a good job with those kids. They're well coached, well prepared, and our kids are gonna have to match that intensity level. They're gonna have to match the physicality, and when we get in that double tight wishbone set, it's gonna be man on man, and it's gonna be physical football from the beginning, and it's a matter of who can match it and who can do it for 48 minutes when you play this team.
Coach, last thing I have for you, appreciate your time. You mentioned this is the first road game of the year for your squad, and it's playing a Caney team that many people think is in contention to win this league. Of course, they're off to a 2-0 start as well. So how do you, and you have experienced guys now that have been in the fire and that have been in these kinds of games, but how do you balance those emotions of it's going to be homecoming night at Caney, so there's going to be a big crowd. I know both of these teams are going to be fired up. It's a battle of 2 teams that look great to start the season, but how do you really balance those emotions and make sure you handle your business like you said?
Yeah, and you got to kind of weather that storm initially because both teams are going to have that wave of emotion. It'll hit first quarter, and you'll get about halfway through that, and then it's just football from there. So once you get past those first couple drives, it's what coaching staff's going to be able to make the adjustments we need. How the kids respond when you have some adversity show up in a game, because it's going to happen on both sides. I mean, you play teams that are on the levels that we both are at this point. They're going to hit a play, we're going to hit a play, and it's who can react and who can respond to that adversity in the game and make the adjustments and move on from there. And that's the challenge Friday night, and it's going to be a good game.
Going to be a really fun matchup on Friday night in Caney when the Bullpups battle the Neodesha Blue Streaks, and Blue Streak head coach Nathan West good enough to join us. Coach, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Best of luck on Friday against Caney.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The name at the top of the front page says it all, Montgomery County Chronicle. It's a weekly snapshot of countywide news and sports for Independence, Caney, Coffeyville, Cherryvale, and the small towns in between. The Montgomery County Chronicle, published since 1885, is 100% locally written. You'll never find canned editorials or columns in this newspaper, not a one. Pick up a copy from one of our news racks or subscribe today. The Montgomery County Chronicle, one of the Taylor newspapers serving southeast Kansas.
When you visit Caney Family Dental, your smile is their top priority. Their friendly and caring staff strive to give you the best care possible in a comfortable and relaxed environment. Caney Family Dental is committed to providing you the knowledge to make informed decisions on your dental health and treatment. They take extra care to be sensitive to your needs. Overall health, function, and a pleasing smile is the ultimate goal for every patient. Trust Caney Family Dental, 101 South McGee in Caney, Kansas. A proud supporter of Bullpup Nation.
Joined by Caney football coach Chris Davis. Coach, a 52-6 win over Erie. Another great performance put in by the Bullpups last week.
Yeah, we did some good things. I mean, I was ultimately pleased that, we come out and we took care of business, And the way we did it is probably a little more pleasing to me as we scored in different aspects of the game. We rushed the ball well. We scored throwing. We scored on a punt return. We scored on a pass interception. So things went pretty well.
Like you said, all 3 phases of the ball scored, so that's a good way to kind of see where everybody is in week number 2. The one thing that is just absolutely stunning to me about your team is they're smart and they're fast, and that seems to be a really great combination to be able to think on your feet and yet be fast about it as well.
I mean, we adjust pretty well. We had the one breakdown defensively on a pass route that where we had a little confusion on who was supposed to pick the guy up, and it cost us. I try and be a perfectionist, and I told the kids we can't let those kind of mistakes happen, and we'll work on it this week and get ready for the next one.
And even on that 89-yard touchdown pass, I should say, that they had, there was a defender that almost caught him from behind. So, there is good make-up speed if there needs to be, but I know you want to keep not allowing that to happen. And it seems like even the defense, which was very good in the first week, outside of that one play, was just playing really well.
They had the 81-yard touchdown pass, and they completed one other pass on us for 5 yards. Other than that, I believe they had 24 rushing attempts for 0 yards. Defensively, we're still doing a lot of good things. Offensively, we're still growing on some things, but hopefully we're getting better every week. That's what I want to see.
No doubt, Coach, with the running of Traxon Carton, he put in another great performance. And the combination of Lane Denny to Drake Roberts is really becoming one of my favorite combinations, just because there's good accuracy from Lane Denny, and, man, Drake is just fast. That's just all there is to it.
Drake quick, and the other part of that equation is we have a pretty good 1-2 punch with Buckley running at the other running back. I believe he was our leading rusher this last week, so it gives us a good combination. And I've got a couple of really good linebackers that are playing well, and Austin Freisberg, who kind of runs my defense, and also the Buckley kid on defense, and those guys are doing a real good job, along with our defensive fronts, getting some good penetration, and we're doing some good things.
No doubt about it. There's quickness on both sides of the ball and good leadership, and it's definitely shown in the last 2 weeks. So homecoming a little early this year, if I'm remembering correctly, homecoming against Neodesha, but always a fun time to play in front of the home crowd, but homecoming especially.
Well, you always want to defend your home field. We got 2 tough ones in a row here. I'm sure Neodesha is going to bring their best. They're 2-0. They've been playing some really good football, so we're going to have to come to play.
Absolutely, and I know you've been working on penalties, false starts and things like that. And I know that's something you work on every day in practice, and I know that's something you'll continue to work on throughout the season.
Well, we did cut our penalties down last week a lot, but you're right. The discipline part of the game is if I say we got something we got to work on, that's it. It's one thing we really got to improve on is being more disciplined and not shooting ourselves in the foot.
I'm sure there's a lot of coaches that are going to say the same thing, so I completely understand that, Coach. It's going to be a great game Friday. We're looking forward to we're looking forward to watching you play. You guys take the field, and we'll just broadcast what we see. How about that? That kind of works better, doesn't it?
Like I always say, if we all do our job, we'll have a good night.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be a good night. We'll look forward to bringing the game on the radio and online, and, of course, looking forward to talking to you again next week, Coach. Always appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.
No dents, no dings. Quality Paint and Body in Independence makes it as good as new. Quality Paint and Body is your locally owned complete body shop. Whether you need windshield replacement, chip repair, a spray and bed liner, seat heaters, cat skin leather repair, or any collision repair, Quality Paint and Body is never satisfied until you are satisfied. Proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups, it's Quality Paint and Body, 1920 West Main, Independence, 620-331-2639. Make it good as new.
LaForge Insurance, now Acrisure, has been a proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups for over 30 years. Being a part of Acrisure allows them to represent a number of excellent companies. Your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs can be taken care of at a very competitive price. Call Frank, Deanna, or Paige at 620-879-2311 or stop by 410 East Taylor in Caney for a visit about your insurance. Remember, Acrisure Insurance of Caney, a proud Bullpup supporter.
In our community, kindness is contagious, and smiles are part of the scenery. From clean parks to caring neighbors, we're building a place where everyone belongs.
I just love how we all look out for each other.
It's the little things, like a wave or a helping hand.
Let's keep the good going. Together, we make Caney a brighter, stronger, more connected place to live. Caney, positive, proud, united, and where hope runs wild.
If you're in need of a hot and tasty meal or a cool drink, visit Sonic in Caney and take a break. Burgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, they've got them all, along with your favorite sides and drinks. Every month there's something new at Sonic, a sandwich, a side, or something new for dessert. Stop by soon for a refreshing shake, slush, or ice cream treat. Tuesday nights are family nights with cheeseburgers half price. We're Sonic in Caney. Looking forward to serving you soon.
We are just about 10 and a half minutes away from the start of tonight's game between your Caney Valley Bull Pumps and the Neodesha Blue Streaks. Christopher and Blake Vargas with you here. And it looks like we are getting ready for the national anthem. Just to clear everything up, literally clear things up, we've got the sound running better. In fact, we got it working now on Pup Nation on YouTube. So if you were trying to watch earlier, go ahead and tune back in if you need to, because, well, we've got that taken care of now. And we'll just say, blame the fern. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Technical difficulties. I'm going to have to get a graphic for that. But something that they're not having difficulty is our band getting ready out here, the Pride of Caney, setting up in their traditional CV and looking for the football team to join us on this amazing, beautiful Friday night for football here in Southeast Kansas.
Absolutely. It's a little bit warmer than I thought it was going to be, but the temperature's going to cool off. There's no rain in the forecast till at least late overnight hours, so that's
Absolutely.
Good news.
Yeah,
like
it was that cool weather kind of tricked us there, but it is starting to cool down as we go through, and right in time for our national anthem here.
And while they play the national anthem, let's take a break. We'll be back with more.
And at Patriot Chevrolet in Bartlesville, we bring that same energy to every deal. From our guaranteed best price on a new Chevy to our exclusive Patriot Pledge, get engines for life. We've got you covered. So after the game, drive where the hometown spirit lives. Patriot Chevrolet, proud supporter of our community and proud to be your hometown Chevy dealer. Let's go Patriots! Patriot Chevrolet in
Rooting the Bullpups on to another victory. It's D&L Automotive in Caney.
When you crave good home-cooked food, simply point your vehicle to Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop on Highway 75. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Saturday just the way you like it. Stop in and enjoy their daily specials, homemade pies, friendly staff. Copan Restaurant also serves prime rib Friday and Saturday nights. Like them on Facebook for all the specials and up-to-date information. That's Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop, Highway 75, just north of Copan, Oklahoma.
Peck's Custom Butchering in Dewey has the meats you crave. Steaks, ribs, burgers, and more. All Peck's meats are locally raised, hormone-free, grass-raised, and grain-fed, so your meals will be tender and oh so juicy. Now's a great time to pick up a side of beef from Peck's to cover so many different meals. For large or small bundles, a whole side, or just some steaks for the weekend. Stop by Peck's Custom Butchering on Highway 75 just north of Dewey.
7.5 minutes away from the start of tonight's game between the Neodesha Blue Streaks and the Caney Valley Bull Pumps. Christopher and Blake Vargas with you here on a Friday night. Like you said just a couple minutes ago, Blake, a very, very beautiful night, and it is going to be a fun night as we get ready for the Bull Pups to take the field for homecoming tonight.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for any better night when you look at this. And again, we talked about it earlier, the opportunity when you got two undefeated teams coming in, highly regarded for their offensive skills, but don't sleep on their defense either, as both of them have put up really good numbers overall. I should say haven't allowed good numbers when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. Really great, the skill position, very evenly matched game, and both coaches talked about it. We're going to have to stay disciplined. Again, you're going to see those big plays happen, and it's going to be how do you respond to that, very much like we work through every day in the classroom. When you hit that adversity, how are you going to respond? And that's it's going to be fun to be able to see both these teams come out here. But here comes the old Bullpups entering the field for this beautiful homecoming night.
when you get the chance, you have to hear the fight song from beginning to end.
Absolutely. We teach our student body and to stand up and make sure they're cheering. As the name of the song implies, stand up and cheer. But we've got the nice alt uniforms on tonight and the grays representing on homecoming, kind of a different look. I know the kids, it's funny, but, you know, when you dress good, you look good, you feel good, you play good, and that's kind of the mentality tonight. They're enjoying the alts. They were excited to wear them today. The homecoming parade was amazing last night, and that energy is just carried throughout the day. And I promise you, they're excited to be able to defend their home field here in Caney tonight.
You know, it's interesting about the homecoming parade. Small town America, small town life. You gotta love it because it seems like everybody in town was at the parade last night in the pep rally. But even if they weren't, they watched, and they watched on the KGGF Facebook page. I was just kind of curious this morning, so I looked about 6 o'clock when I started my morning show. We had 3,100 views of the Caney homecoming parade and the pep rally, and I thought to myself, yep. They know how to show up, and they know how to support their team, and they did that through us, and we appreciate that through the KGGF Facebook page.
Absolutely. We're very grateful for you guys' coverage, and we're grateful to partner with you this evening to bring this out on, again, the variety of avenues, whether that be listening tonight on the radio or joining us on Pup Nation on YouTube. And, again, apologize for some of those technical difficulties. One of those hats, the mini hats that I wear is pseudo broadcasting digital, whatever we want to call it, and so we're working through that. But I think we've got the audio issue, which was one of the big things we had in the first couple of things dialed in, and then we've got a couple of different camera angles for you this evening, and so that's something that we're excited about, to be able to look through that with the to look through some of those things and be able to bring that to you as we go through. So again, every day improving little by little, just like we talk with our kids about. And that's going to be the story of this game. Who's going to be able to improve slowly throughout it and be able to buckle down and get the win tonight. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Our KGGF morning show host, the one who hosts Open Line and who is our engineer, is listening, James Copeland. And so he will laugh when I say, Blake is taking the blame for something that I was doing. So let's just say that.
Well, I tell you what, when you talk about the phrase, the buck stops here, it's very true. So I'm kind of used to that in the role of superintendent. I get those calls oftentimes, and the reality of it is that I do take ownership of those things, whether that be directly or not, because I'm honored to be able to lead this district for over 10 years now. Proud bullpup here, and to have my kids, and it's exciting to be able to have a freshman and a middle schooler that, again, I feel like I blinked and they were entering kindergarten not too many years ago, like many in these community. But it's now staying thing here in Caney, and love to be able to see this here on a Friday night as the captains get out here for the coin toss, looking to see who's going to be able to get the ball first.
And let's give respect where respect is due. Look at that across the field. The Neodesha Blue Streaks, those fans, their fans have shown up tonight.
Absolutely. We're excited that, again, and it's no doubt that they would make that trip. I mean, when you got an undefeated team and one that's really, much like us, kind of handled their two opponents, really never in doubt as they've went out and kind of controlled all phases. And this is truly going to be the first big test for both of these teams. Again, we've talked about the skill position players that are led by an amazing group of junior and sophomores out there on the Caney side, and very similar with Neodesha as well with the Blue Streaks. And it's going to be an amazing thing, and that's what you want. When you, as much as the blowouts are fun, trust me, the type of football that we're going to see this evening, the opportunity for these two teams to compete for all four quarters, that's what you show for on a Friday night to be able to get excited about.
No doubt. No doubt. So going through the introductions. Roger, over. Sorry, I watched Airplane. It's fresh in my mind. Captain over.
Captain over.
Huh? Roger, what? Never mind. So, yeah. So we'll get ready here. Well, we are about a minute and a half, 90 seconds away from kickoff. And
there's the coin flip there.
Coin. And riveting radio.
Absolutely here. Looks like Neodesha won it and deferred.
Which is kind of how the game started last week.
Mm-hmm.
83 degrees at game time with a heat index of 85. The wind is out of the east-southeast at about 5 miles per hour. We'll be dealing with no sun. It's already behind the trees going on the, the west side here. So should be pretty easy to see the ball even from the very beginning of the game. So
absolutely, we're excited again. Kudos to not only our maintenance crew to have the grounds in such amazing shape, but our boosters get out here. Usually it's the dads. I know we have some moms as well, but typically the dads that get out here and help and paint. And you can see fresh coat. The rain didn't help us the last time, but we've got it. They've got it freshened up, and it looks really good. So again. Hats off to that and to their work to be able to have that through. That's been a tradition they've had for several years to be able to come out here and prepare the field and get it painted and kind of a neat opportunity to see those dads walk those grounds again, as many of them have been out there playing on them themselves as they were graduates from Caney too.
To me, it almost looks like they come out with a pair of scissors sometimes. That's how manicured this football field is. It's always in great shape, so
yeah,
hats off to everyone.
They do a really good job with that overall, and we're really happy with that overall. And the maintenance, I talked with that and the crew. There's so many of them that are involved to make sure that it's ready for tonight, and we appreciate all of them, led by our director of maintenance, Vernal Sturgeon, and his whole crew with Kurt and Rusty and everybody that helps make it look like it does this evening.
So Caney will receive the first half kickoff. They will be moving right to left on your dial. West to east if you're watching on Pub Nation on YouTube. And the good news is, just taking a look at the radar, all of the rain and all of that stuff is north of Wichita and west of Manhattan, so we've got some time. Our forecast said it wasn't supposed to get here till at least 4 o'clock in the morning, so we should be long gone. At least I hope we're long gone.
I hope so too. I know we're excited, but this is one of those games that could end in an overtime game. You never know. Again, very evenly matched to go through, and it's exactly what you want. Oftentimes, by chance, sometimes those homecoming games end up against maybe an opponent. You never want to drop a game, especially when it's your homecoming. And I'll tell you what, this is a team that is going to be a tough uphill battle, and both of them are hungry for a victory this evening.
Sometime during the game, I will tell you about my most memorable homecoming game that I attended in my high school days back in the 1920s. Here we go with kickoff. Off the side of his foot, and that's going to go out of bounds. So the Bullpups will get a great starting position to start their first drive.
Yeah, and again, we'll talk about that, the impact of special teams as we go through. To state the obvious, that's not how Neodesha wanted to get started, but the other side of that coin is there's two very talented athletes back there that I suspect that they would like to avoid getting the ball in their hand easily to set up a return potential. But this is what it's all about here, as we set up and see what our offense is able to do. Again, led out there by Lane Denny, a junior, very talented individual out there with that group of sophomores and juniors.
Full backfield. Denny under center, hands it off. Going to get wrapped up at about the 35-yard line, but able to push his way forward just a little bit. Jackson Gartner with the carry. No gain on first down, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, no surprise there. I mean, you're really going to see both teams looking really hard to establish up front, see what lines are going to be able to take care of business. We are going to see an interception, but we may be with first down on their side of the field.
So here we go. So it's a block in the back against the Bullpups. So at least the interception does stand. So that is good news. But it'll be first and 10 from the 21-yard line. So still great field position to start after the interception. And this could be what this Caney team needs to get their first score of the evening off of the interception.
Yeah, again, well defended out there, and again, that's what you want to see. We talked about we talked about the offenses all day or all evening, and really, it doesn't surprise me that the defense to get the first turnover. But it looks like we have a ball lost there and flag coming out, so just a weird play. I think we recovered on that, but yeah, I think we may have a holding on that and back us up a little bit even more, unfortunately.
The last thing you want to do is go in reverse when you have a good field position, and it's a face mask
I saw
against
that
Neodesha.
incorrect. We'll take that. That may have been why that ball came out, but that's going to be a break there and move us down a little closer to the goal line, set up a first and 10, fresh set of downs.
And I'm guessing that'll be half the distance to the goal, because it was around inside the 20-yard line or around the 20-yard line. Oh, it's a 5-yarder. So first and 5 for the Bullpups. So it's first and 5 from the, what is that, the 16-yard line?
Yes.
It's a handoff up the middle, keeping the feet moving all the way to the 10-yard line. Nice run.
Yeah, it was a good run. Keep it, like you said, moving those feet, keep them going forward, falling forward, and I believe that's going to be enough for a Bullpup first down there. Very tough run, trying to get the number here. Might be Buckley, trying to look at the stature there. Again, boy, those numbers are a little difficult to see. There's the turn. Yes, Jace Buckley, number 22, on a good, tough first down run with 10:45 left here in the second quarter.
So first and goal from the 10-yard line. Under center, Denny. Off tackle left side, and no room there. Jackson Garden with a tough carry for no yards. He might have been driven back a yard or two even. So it'll be second down.
Yeah, I know we've got our pup pile. I don't know what we're going to have to get a catchphrase here for Neodesha, but that was definitely a bunch of streaks that piled in there that we'll have to think of something there, but there was several on the tackle there, again well defended to set up a second and long.
The only thing I think of when I hear streaks is the Ray Stevens song, so I don't know what we're going to be able to do with that. Here we go. Garden over left side, getting some yards back plus some more.
On the carry for the Bullpups.
Looks like he was taken out of bounds with the clock stopping at 9:43. Nice run on second down. It'll be third down, but a whole lot more manageable. About the 5-yard line. So third and goal from the 5.
The 5-yard gain on the play. Third down and goal.
Yeah, and they've seen the first time this evening checking in. Another talented sophomore in Boone White. Very similar. Raiden Martin checking out there. Those two are kind of interchangeable when you look at it as far as size and athleticism. Two gentlemen that battle not only on the football field but also on the rest of the map.
So third and goal from the 4-yard line. Trying to go right up the middle. Do they have it? It's close. And no call yet, no signal yet, so it looks like it'll be fourth down. Fourth down and 1.
Yeah,
So-
that was really close again. You love seeing this as a defensive guy. I mean, this is what you want to see, what type of battle you're going to get. Doesn't surprise me you're going to get a timeout on the field as both
Absolutely.
sides are trying to figure out what they want to do here. But fourth and goal from the 1 with 9:20 left on the clock.
Let's take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be back with more fourth and 1 coming up here on US 98 Pup Nation on YouTube.
You deserve more than just a prescription. You deserve a partner. At Porter Drug and Neodesha, their trusted pharmacists take the time to answer your questions and help you understand the medicines you need. Enjoy the convenience of online refills, free local delivery, and text alerts when your prescriptions are ready. Plus, with their Time My Meds program, you can coordinate all your prescriptions to be filled at once, saving you time and worry. Porter Drug and Gift Shop, the best little gift shop in southeast Kansas, at 506 Main in Neodesha.
Ag. It's a big part of our community and economy. That's why so many farmers and ranchers turn to Community National Bank in Neodesha. It's also a big part of our community and a big part of the ag economy. Bruce Thornton at Community National Bank grew up in the ag industry. Bruce understands the importance of ag operating loans to a successful farm or ranch. Community National Bank in Neodesha, helping farmers and ranchers to success. Member FDIC.
I will say, as we get back to the field here, I will say one thing. I got bailed out by another timeout because they lined up. Caney was going for it, of course, 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. And I thought they were going to run this play before we get back. I'm glad. I believe Caney took a timeout. So both teams using the timeout. This is how important this goal line play is, because at no score with 9:20 to go first half, this could be the difference in the game. And I know that sounds crazy to say in the second quarter, but goodness gracious, points might be at a premium here tonight.
Absolutely. And again, I think both coaches alluded to that, as they know. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. There was a lot of offensive firepower in their first couple of games that they played, but there's no doubt that the matchup is very equal, as you've seen. Again, the difference right now being the turnover and setting up, again, this very critical 4th and 1. It'll be interesting to see what they dial up here on this very crucial play.
We need the Eagles to teach us the tush push. That's all I can say. No tush push here. 4th and 1. Looking to put it in. The goal. Did he get it in, or is he stopped short?
He stopped short. Again, that was well defended. Again, They were looking to get outside, and again, just a good job up front. And we're going to talk about that, the battle of that, making sure who's going to be able to win. And on that case right there, clearly Neodesha did to stop that, and that's huge right there. That's something they were really wanting to do, and were able to complete and get a turnover on downs.
So the good news, if there is a good news from this situation, Neodesha is looking at 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line. So they're pinned deep in their own territory. If you can get a 3 and out, you can still get good field position, maybe even the S word that I don't really like to say because I don't want to jinx people with it. But
absolutely, but everyone's thinking it down on this end of the field, I guarantee you.
No doubt, no doubt. We'll see what Neodesha does here. 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line. Looking to hand it off. That's a nice pitch play, and they almost didn't get out of the end zone. That was a nice play.
Again, well defended out there, and did a good job just stretching that out. And boy, that was really close there for Neodesha. But it is. Football's a game of inches out there, and that was one that they were able to stretch that out and just get it right outside the goal line.
It was a good fake up the middle because they had me fooled thinking it was going to be a run up the middle, and all of a sudden it turned out to be an option play and a pitch at the last second. So they gain a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 3-yard line. From the shotgun. Looking to hand it off. Up the middle, but no room there either. So it'll be 3rd down and long. Nice defense by the Bullpups.
Yeah, again, just barely getting out of the end zone there, and that was well defended, doing a good job out there, and brings up a 3rd and 9, and again, a very critical situation right now.
So really, if you can keep them from getting a 1st down, you almost have to punt in this situation, but that's a play down.
Well, as we saw earlier, they definitely have the leg for it, and so again, they won't be afraid to do that. And ultimately, that's what you're trying to do here. Is you're setting that right at that line, right at that 7 yards. You don't want to give them that 8th to pick up a 1st down. Stay home. Make sure you're doing well defensively as we get a run up the middle. And again, looks like they've got them wrapped up and well defended, and to bring up a 4th and long.
So they may not have been afraid to punt. I mean, if it comes down to the punting leg of Javante White, they're in good hands. They're in good feet.
Yeah.
What would you say there?
I would still say good hands. I think the company that has that phrase would appreciate it. rather than try to change it on them.
You're in good hands. No State. I don't know.
Yeah.
State of confusion. Whatever. So here we go. It is going to be a punt. A little bit less room than normal for a punt. High snap. And it is not nearly as good of a punt, although it will take a nice bounce. Taken on the sideline here by Buckley at around the 42-yard line. He's going to make it back up to the 30, past the 30, to about the 27-yard line or so.
Yeah, good tough yards there. And again, that was good real return right on the edge. And honestly, as a decent punt, it's kind of what you want on the side there. You're hoping your defense is able to get down there and get it, but unfortunately didn't have quite the same height that the first punt did, and we were able to get a nice return. So Jace Buckley setting us up, and really that's what you hope to see as we set up a new set of fresh downs here.
So tied at 0 with 7:36 to go first half. A defensive battle so far between Neodesha and Caney. Set up from the 29-yard line, so good field position for the Bull Pumps for their third possession. Two receivers to the right. Looking to pitch to Garton. Pass the nice cut to the 25 and up to about the 23-yard line. That was a nice cutback. The defender kind of anticipated him going to the right. He ends up shooting back to the left.
Yeah,
and a nice gain of 6.
Yeah, very tough yards up there. Good way to start that out, and that's exactly what you want. And starting to see a little bit of a push up there up front, kind of getting some tendencies going through, and just an athlete in tracks and Garton making the best when he gets the opportunity like he always does.
So it's second down at 5 from the 24. 7 minutes to go. Looking to hand it off up the middle. Getting past a couple defenders. Still got those feet moving. Holy cow, 20 all the way to the 15-yard line. 7 of those yards were dragging basically offensive lineman, defensive lineman, everybody with him.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me. Again, that's another outstanding sophomore, Austin Freisberg. And he did that last week, if you remember that incredible interception where he basically went through the entire defense and put one on his back on the return. One of the strongest young men out there, and shows that success starts in the weight room and in the offseason. You can tell he's put on some weight but hasn't lost any athleticism and does a good job dragging people forward for a nice gain.
So first and 10 from the 15. Pushing up the middle again. Going to be taken down at about the 14, 13-yard line. One with Freisberg again on the carry. So it'll be second down and 9. They'll give him 1 on the play.
Yeah, they did a better job of wrapping up the legs there and making sure that he wasn't able to go anywhere. They kind of learned their lesson from that first one. But again, a tough 1-yard gain there to bring up second and 9 with about 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
No score. 5:50 first half. Looking to pass. Shot in the end zone in the corner, just out of the reach. Not a bad play, not a bad throw. Just little, led his receiver just a little too far.
Yeah, he's going to want to have that one back. That was one, again, you kind of been anticipating that. You know that he's got the arm, and you knew that was going to be coming at some point and just out of reach. But again, open there in the corner, and wasn't able to connect there with, I believe we'll get the turn here. Ben Roberts out of the backfield there.
So third and 9 from the 14-yard line. That's really the first time they've kind of gone for the gusto, if you will, gone for the score. Third and 9 now, whistle and a flag, and it looks like it's a false start against the Pups. So third and 9 becomes a third and 14, back to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, not the direction you want to go on this side of the field, and again, not to say that anything's ever obvious, but it does put you in a spot where you probably are anticipating a pass out of this. But you never know, Coach Davis. I'll tell you, his bread and butter is definitely in between the tackles, and I wouldn't be surprised. But with some of the athletes checking in, I think we're going to get something spread out here and see if we can find something to pick up this first down yardage on third and long.
So here we go, third down and long. Two receivers each side. Denny from the shotgun. Looking to pass. Checks down on his receiver. Nice pass. And a nice open field tackle, a gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's Luke Wade checking in there again. He really made his presence known in the JV game on Monday. Really stood out as an athlete that was wanted to earn some varsity time, and no doubt that he did it right there on a nice little crossing route, picking up some good tough yards. 4th and 8, and anticipate see what we can draw up here as we wind down to about 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
You know, Coach Davis talked to me last week about reminding Lane Denny, you don't have to throw it deep all the time. That was a nice play where he was able to check off a couple receivers and get the crossing routes as we have a timeout here. But a nice job at looking at all of his receivers and finding the one that he could get the best pass to.
Yeah, looks like we had a timeout there on the field, and again, as we head down here in the second quarter, it's really the story of the two defenses right now. I mean, we talked a lot about the skill position, the offense, and the points that they were going to put up, but they're very evenly matched, and that shows here as you've seen that. Again, really the difference right now is that interception by Caney to kind of set him up on this side of the field as we look at a very critical 4th and 8 with 5:09 left in the second quarter.
You always hear things like, well, you can't win the game in the second quarter, but you can do things to lose the game in the second quarter. And it looks like both coaches are kind of taking that to heart, trying to get as many points as possible. But as many points may only be 6 or 7 going into halftime.
And I tell you what, it's obviously different from the previous weeks, but as someone who used to have the opportunity to lead a football team and help out, I love these type of games when you see defense get out there and just do what they're doing. It's exciting to be able to do that, but hoping to see a little offensive firepower here from our bullpups on this 4th down, and picking up a free 5 yards there is very critical.
That's huge, because a 4th and 8 now becomes 4th and 3.
Yeah, and coming out of a timeout again, we use this word a lot, but discipline is so important. It goes without saying, and right there, you're amped up, you're ready to get a stop if you're Neodesha, and that's the one thing you didn't want, because really now you're in a situation where you have to account for everything with 4th and 3.
4th and 3 from the 8-yard line, receiver in motion, looking to pass. Denny with his feet, throwing it, and it is incomplete, which may be the best. As crazy as that sounds, that may be the better of the two solutions, because that was an interception, but the defender couldn't keep his feet in bounds, and so it is a turnover on downs, but not an interception.
Yeah, and honestly, that was about as good of an opportunity as you could get. There is a flag on the field. I'm not sure if he didn't float past the line of scrimmage and if that came out, or maybe you had some defensive holding on that. But with the transition going on, I really feel like that was probably something on us. And so, again, squeak back that line of scrimmage where, again, I think he was probably there. If he looks back on that replay, he probably could have just fallen forward and had that first down, but unfortunately just wasn't able to see that, and so it's going to help them out. Loss of down, turnover for Neodesha as they're going to take over here 1st and 10 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Neodesha will take over on down. 1st and 10.
So from the 8-yard line, Neodesha takes over. The second time the Neodesha defense has caused a turnover on downs. But they've got 5 minutes to move 92 yards. Receiver in motion from the shotgun, looking to pass. There's a nice pass about the 25. He breaks the tackle, 35, and knocked out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. That was a nice catch by Cameron White from Javante White.
Yeah, and kudos to Jacob McVeigh coming off his guy and being able to get him pushed out of bounds, because that was a nice setup. And again, that's the play Neodesha has been looking for and that we've known they've been capable of. And so had plenty of time, a good clean pocket, able to deliver a very accurate ball, and again, one that we're going to have to tighten up to make sure that doesn't happen again.
So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And a flag. False start against Neodesha, so 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15 from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, getting a lot of adrenaline after a big play like that, and one of those where you're anxious to get out there. You talk about the big M, the momentum, again, swinging to Neodesha's side and looking for another opportunity there, and just got a little too quick of a start.
So 1st and 15 from the 33 with 4:52 to go first half. Time and score brought to you by Community National Bank of Caney. We appreciate you joining us. Pup Nation on YouTube and on US 98. 2 receivers each side. Now a third one joins the near side. And another receiver. This time it's a handoff. Going to be tripped up at about the 35-yard line. That run was by Cole Ramey.
Yeah, and again, Martinez is back there doing a good job, again, getting Paul on and making sure it doesn't get any further. If he doesn't get that, there's a little bit of room there, and so kudos to him getting back there, staying home, and making a stop there, bringing up 2nd and long just for a couple-yard gain on that.
So 2nd and 13 with the ball on the 35. Maybe the 36. 1 receiver near side, 3 far side. From the shotgun, White looking to pass. Wide open receiver at the first down marker once again. 50 past the 50 to the 45-yard line. Once again, Cole Ramey called his name a couple seconds ago. He has the reception. And another first down for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, and what you're seeing here is when we're unable to get pressure, you've got a clean pocket, a good ability to deliver a throw, and it sounds obvious, but that's been the difference in those completions. And so it really does become that test. Or, you know, do you send an extra defender to kind of speed that clock up, or do you allow to kind of go through there in those situations? Because you saw when he was under pressure, we got a turnover, but vice versa, when we haven't been able to do that, he's been able to be very accurate and set up a really good new set of downs for Neodesha.
1st and 10 from the 45. Moving to his left, now looking to run, and he is going to get tackled at about the 46. They'll put him at the 45-yard line. So no gain on first down. A good job at keeping White contained by the Bullpup defense. 3:18 to go first half. No score. Eureka has an 8-0 lead, and our game on Classic Hits 104.1. So kind of a defensive battle up there as well. 2nd and 10 from the 45. From the shotgun, looking to pass. It is complete at about the 40. Breaks the tackle to about the 37-yard line. That was a nice completion to Cameron White.
Yeah, and it's probably good I don't have the camera on the sideline there, because our coaches were not happy about this near side receiver who was moving during that when the ball was snapped, trying to adjust. And again, even though the play's going the opposite side and everything that's going on, that's one that, again, kind of throws you off a little bit as we check in big number 74. I believe that's our freshman, Sam Denton, getting his first action this evening.
3rd and 3. Looking to pass on 3rd down, and it's just out of the reach of the receiver. That pass intended for Jaden Huckabee, so it'll be 4th down and 3. And I'm assuming they will go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I think, again, they've been very sound defensively. I would anticipate the same. You've got 4th and manageable here. You're on the opposing team side of the 50, and so very similar to us, though. They could be looking to try to draw us off sides, and so this is one of those situations where you don't want to give them anything free. They do have one timeout remaining, and so they could always try to get a jump here. So I've got to stay disciplined on this 4th and 3rd, or 4th and 3 yards.
Looking to run. It's a quarterback keeper, and he is close to the first down marker. We'll see where they mark it.
Yeah, he got over that. Again, very athletic play. Good job stretching out there, and so kind of didn't look like it was going to be defended. Just didn't get the edge set on that side, and we talk a little bit about that, the importance of kind of doing your role, and unfortunately just weren't able to set that edge, and he was able to get outside, set up a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 with 2:10 to go first half. From the shotgun, White rolls to his left, trying to get away from a couple defenders, has to throw it off his back foot, and he's got a receiver wide open there, and a touchdown. Are they going to call him out of bounds?
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds there, and again, that's just a huge break. That was a busted play. He's just standing over there on that backside, and so I honestly lost him. I don't know if he snuck out or that was a little wheel route that we didn't account for or something. But again, a wide open play. Good pressure up there, but kudos to the quarterback being able to make a throw off his back leg, have the arm strength, and be accurate and get it out there. And lucky for us, he did step out there on about the 14-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 14 as we approach 2 minutes to go first half. To me, this would almost be a victory. There's a timeout on the field by Neodesha. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout ourselves. We will be back with more in 30 seconds. Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
What New York Life does, and no one does it better than Richard Osterberg at New York Life in Neodesha. Richard specializes in protecting your family's security with mutual life insurance, long-term care, and retirement options. Find out how you can get the protection you need. Call Richard Osterberg with New York Life at 620-325-5314. The right protection for you and your family. Richard Osterberg, your New York Life agent in Neodesha.
Neodesha is looking at 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line with 2:01 to go first half. Chris Fry, Blake Vargas with you here. And I don't know about you, Blake, but to me, it would almost be a victory for Caney if they were at least to hold Neodesha to a field goal or just keep them from scoring. I know that's going to be a tough task, but the last thing you really want to do is give Neodesha 6 or 7 going into halftime when they are getting the second half kickoff.
Yeah, and that's the big thing here. I mean, if you're on the other side of the ball, if you're at a Neodesha Blue Streak right now, you're tickled pink as you kind of have set up this drive, and kind of like we said, 92 some odd yards to be able to come down here as we got some pressure up. But again, just a very athletic play out there, making a difference on his legs. Traxon Garden kind of cleaning up to bring him down right about the 10-yard line.
So a gain of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6. That was a nice run by Javante White. I heard from our sports director, Shane Neal, about how athletic Javante White is, and he sure is showing that in this first half with his legs and with his arm, and to be honest, with his back foot too.
Yeah, he's done a great job out there. Again, kind of we knew up front, I mean, when you look through, they've got a lot of talented athletes, but it really does start with him, and he's had a really good series here.
So 2nd and 6, looking to hand it off up the middle, tackled at about the 6-yard line. That was number 6. I'm sorry. That was, I believe that was Cole Ramey on the carry now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think that was him, and then Martinez on the stop up there up front. Again, 54 doing a good job. One of our talented juniors to bring up 3rd and 4 here.
3rd and 4 from the 7-yard line as we go under a minute in this first half. Looking to pass. Throwing over to the sideline and looking to tackle, and I don't think he made it. I think he's just short of that goal line. Yeah, he is on the half-yard line. Holy cow.
Yeah, again, that was just a quick little out there, and well done. And you're going to see a quick lineup here as they look to get back up on the ball and try to punch something in.
39 seconds, and
going to have a spike to stop it.
A spike, okay. Thank you. I kind of looked down for a second or to look over at the clock, and next thing I know, play is stopped, but it's a spike. So 2nd down and 1 with the ball on the 1-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 1. Kind of have a plethora of options if you're in Neodesha right now. Run it, throw it.
Yeah, and I got to think they're going to keep in the talented hand of their quarterback. He's done such a good job. You're not going to want to risk anything up here. I'd be surprised if they're not under center and just looking to punch it in.
Here we go from the shotgun. Looking, and contained and sacked. What a defensive play.
I hate to say it, but again, that's the last thing that you want on that play. And so, again, I said it earlier, I was surprised they're not under center in that situation. Setting up, again, a situation where that they're going to have to spike the ball again to get a stop here.
So that's going to bring up 4th and goal. Wow. 4th and goal back on the 6-yard line. That was a great defensive stand on 2nd down by the Bullpups. We're able to get pressure, able to contain the quarterback. And White had nowhere to go.
No, and again, I was surprised to see that. I think there's probably several out there when you look at it being on about the half-yard line. Again, we're stout up front. There's no doubt about that, and so the coach didn't see something there. And again, they're going to look at some option here for their quarterback to see if they can put it in on this critical 4th down.
4th and goal from the 6, looking to pass, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at about the 15, actually 25
by
yard
Austin Freisberg. There's so many of them there that did a great job containing, and that's just exactly what you want to see if you're in Neodesha. You're left scratching your head wondering what are we doing on that goal line. Break for the Bullpups with 13 seconds left to go before halftime.
And Caney actually has a shot to make some noise here with 13 seconds in this first half.
Yeah, you've got the athletes. You never know what's going to dial up here. And again, not to say that I've got the crystal ball, but I'm going to think this is going to be something in between the tackles, or if not, you're just happy that you didn't give up anything there and go in a half with an even score.
And you called it. Taking a knee to end the first half. And we end the first half basically just like we started the first half, knotted at 0. Wow.
Yeah,
what a defensive battle.
What a defensive battle. And you don't really want to say, is there more victory coming off at halftime? But really, if you're Neodesha, you're looking at it and you're saying, hey, this is a team that we've struggled with historically, and for us to go in 0-0, even despite an interception and then potentially an opportunity to score, this could have been a very different ball game. But kudos to Caney doing what they do best, tightening up and getting a turnover on downs and going in 0-0 here at halftime.
Both teams with really big defensive stops within the 2 and the 1 yard line. So, my goodness, what a first half. You can only imagine what the second half is going to be like. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Of course, we need to take 3 minutes. I need to catch my breath. I don't know about you, but we need to catch our breath, and we'll be back in 3 minutes with more US 98 and Pup Nation on YouTube.
National Bank of Caney is a proud supporter of Bullpup Nations. We're here for all your banking needs. If you need a loan or looking for great rates on CDs, Community National Bank should be your bank. They also have free checking and saving and knowledgeable staff here to serve you. Community National Bank is a member of FDIC and equal housing lender.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Lacey Hodges in Coffeyville.
The name at the top of the front page says it all. Montgomery County Chronicle. It's a weekly snapshot of countywide news and sports for Independence, Caney, Coffeyville, Cherryvale, and the small towns in between. The Montgomery County Chronicle, published since 1885, is 100% locally written. You'll never find canned editorials or columns in this newspaper, not a one. Pick up a copy from one of our news racks or subscribe today. The Montgomery County Chronicle, one of the Taylor newspapers serving southeast Kansas.
When you visit Caney Family Dental, your smile is their top priority. Their friendly and caring staff strive to give you the best care possible in a comfortable and relaxed environment. Caney Family Dental is committed to providing you the knowledge to make informed decisions on your dental health and treatment. They take extra care to be sensitive to your needs. Overall health, function, and a pleasing smile is the ultimate goal for every patient. Trust Caney Family Dental, 101 South McGee in Caney, Kansas, a proud supporter of Bullpup Nation.
No dents, no dings. Quality Paint and Body in Independence makes it as good as new. Quality Paint and Body is your locally owned complete body shop. Whether you need windshield replacement, chip repair, a spray and bed liner, seat heaters, cat skin leather repair, or any collision repair, Quality Paint and Body is never satisfied until you are satisfied. Proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups, it's Quality Paint and Body, 1920 West Main, Independence, 620-331-2639. Make it good as new.
LaForge Insurance, now Acrisure, has been a proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups for over 30 years. Being a part of Acrisure allows them to represent a number of excellent companies. Your farm, home, Auto, business, or life insurance needs can be taken care of at a very competitive price. Call Frank, Deanna, or Paige at 620-879-2311 or stop by 410 East Taylor in Caney for a visit about your insurance. Remember, Acrisure Insurance of Caney, a proud Bullpup supporter.
Halftime here at Caney, and it is homecoming night at Caney, and you talk about an exciting first half. Humboldt, or I almost said Humboldt. Why did I say Humboldt? Because I'm watching scores from around the area is what I'm doing. But we're talking about an exciting game. It is tied at 0 between Caney and Neodesha. Neodesha and Caney tied at 0 at half. Christopher and Blake Vargas with you here on this Friday night, and what a Friday night it has been. What a first half it has been so far. And we knew defense. We said defense. We talked about defense a lot. But the defense has kind of proved us both right in that first half.
Yeah, and again, really the skill position extends to both sides. When you're in schools of this size, you're playing both sides of the ball, and you're seeing that impact whether they're on either one. And honestly, I love it. I love these type of games. It sets up for a very interesting second half. You've got a situation now where Neodesha is going to get the ball back, and everybody's trying to make adjustments. You're looking at where those busted plays were, what happened there. Besides a couple that got over the top there, and again, maybe a little better up front from the Neodesha offensive line to allow time to pass, Caney was very stout. And same way on the other side of the ball with Neodesha, the bend but don't break mentality, the goal line stand, they're going to look back, and that was critical there to get a stop and not allow points for Caney when they were inside the one, and then vice versa for Caney to allow it on the other end to get a big sack when they were also set up inside the one as well with Neodesha.
Incredible first half, and it's interesting to see because both teams are making adjustments. It'll be interesting to see what happens like with Caney's offense, if they look to kind of maybe spread it out just a little bit more, maybe show a different look in the second half than they did. They showed it a couple times in the first half, but if you really kind of open it up in the second half, maybe that'll throw off Neodesha's defense. It'll be interesting to see what they do. So here we go. Before we go back to break, you know what we need to do? I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds. Let's listen.
Party rock in the house tonight there. Good job. Kudos to the band coming out. They opened their season with a patriotic melody there in the very first game, and so really have expanded. Miss Messner's really done a good job with this group, and for them to come out and have different music prepared and ready for this halftime, pretty cool to hear him out there. And our king hiding out there, Silas Good, out there on the mellophone tonight with his hat on, and pretty cool to see him represented as one of ours, along with his queen, one of our cheerleaders, Grace Prince. So here on homecoming night here in Caney.
Absolutely great. I mean, it's amazing the difference just from 2 weeks ago to now. You can tell they've been working hard, learning music and just learning to sound and play together as a band. That's not always easy. So kudos to them.
Not at all. Kudos to them again, having an entirely different show with patriotic melody to start the season off, and then a couple weeks later to have this one ready. And as I mentioned there's our homecoming court kind of popping back out there. And I'll kind of, for all those on Pup Nation on YouTube, get you a little view here with our spirit group. And again, Silas Good and Grace Prince, congratulations to the two of you, homecoming king and queen this evening.
Well, you know what I did? We're going to take I guess they're taking pictures and everything is good here. But I actually put Humboldt on our text alert, so I'm going to correct that, and we're going to take a 3-minute break here. We'll come back, we'll talk about what we need to do in the second half, what needs to happen in the second half for Caney to come away with a victory, and we'll do that in 3 minutes. I'm going to go correct a text. Back in 3 minutes with more Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Is contagious, and the smiles are part of the scenery. From clean parks to caring neighbors, we're building a place where everyone belongs.
I just love how we all look out for each other.
It's the little things, like a wave or a helping hand.
Let's keep the good going. Together, we make Caney a brighter, stronger, more connected place to live. Caney, positive, proud, unite wild.
If you're in need of a hot and tasty meal or a cool drink, visit Sonic in Caney and take a break. Burgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, they've got them all, along with your favorite sides and drinks. Every month there's something new at Sonic, a sandwich, a side, or something new for dessert. Stop by soon for a refreshing shake, slush, or ice cream treat. Tuesday nights are family nights with cheeseburgers half price. We're Sonic in Caney. Looking forward to serving you soon.
Under the Friday night lights, it's all about heart, hustle, and hometown pride. And at Patriot Chevrolet in Bartlesville, we bring that same energy to every deal. From our guaranteed best price on a new Chevy to our exclusive Patriot Pledge, get engines for life. We've got you covered. So after the game, drive where the hometown spirit lives. Patriot Chevrolet, proud supporter of our community and proud to be your hometown Chevy dealer.
Let's go Patriots!
Patriot Chevrolet in
Rooting the Bullpups on to another victory. It's D&L Automotive in Caney. Stormy weather is chaotic. You don't ever want to experience battery trouble, so make an appointment today at D&L and install a new battery. Now that's peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, D&L Automotive is your complete auto parts store, and they'll treat you right. Proud supporter of the Bullpups, trust the professionals at D&L Automotive, 410 North McGee in Caney.
When you crave good home-cooked food, simply point your vehicle to Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop on Highway 75. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Saturday just the way you like it. Stop in and enjoy their daily specials, homemade pies, friendly staff. Copan Restaurant also serves prime rib Friday and Saturday nights. Like them on Facebook for all the specials and up-to-date information. That's Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop, Highway 75, just north of Copan, Oklahoma.
Peck's Custom Butchering in Dewey has the meats you crave. Steaks, ribs, burgers, and more. All Peck's meats are locally raised, hormone-free, grass-raised, and grain-fed, so your meals will be tender and oh so juicy. Now's a great time to pick up a side of beef from Peck's to cover so many different meals. For large or small bundles, a whole side, or just some steaks for the weekend. Stop by Peck's Custom Butchering on Highway 75 just north of Dewey.
3 minutes, 40 seconds until the start of the third quarter. I finally got the text fixed, which is a good thing. And we're talking about a score tied at 0 between Neodesha, the Blue Streaks, and the Caney Valley Bullpups. Chris Freund, Blake Vargas with you here. How are you?
Everyone there.
Wow. It's a, hey, that's not a bad-looking duo.
We're working through this. I know it's not. I don't think there's really applications. We'd pretty much take anybody to replace me. You're doing an outstanding job, and we appreciate the partnership that you have with us and being able to cover everything. But I'll tell you what an amazing football game tonight.
Wow.
As we got about 3 minutes left till we get back out to second half action.
You mean the guy that sent the wrong text? Right. All of you get text alerts talking about Caney football. You're like, wait a minute. Humboldt's not playing this game. What the world's going on? That was me. And, yeah, we're working through it, and everything is getting better. But I know this is something that you and I have talked about before, is just the fact that we want to have students involved in this.
Absolutely. That's our goal. So if you're out there, if you're watching this later, if you're one of our Bullpups, please come in here. If you see the camera lagging a little bit, that's because that's me that's running that and the first down program on here and about everything else, along with trying to attempt play-by-play on here. But it's been really good as we've kind of adjusted through that and being able to go through and kind of need to be able to bring you a couple different camera angles and be able to work through stuff. But, yeah, to all the Bullpups out there, please let us know. Talk with Ms. Roper, one of your teachers who would help out with that. And we'd love to get some students involved up here to be able to take over and work alongside you.
You know, in a way, it wouldn't be a bad thing if we were able to work students in on play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yes, I get paid to do this, but still, I mean, you know, if this is something that a student is looking to do, maybe possibly being interested in career-wise, we do not want to stand in the way of somebody wanting to see if this is something they would be interested in. And even if it's radio, I know video streaming, and streaming is kind of where it's kind of been moving toward. Although here in Southeast Kansas, it really doesn't get any better than radio. I have to say that because my boss is listening.
Absolutely, and it's when it's in conjunction, that's always amazing. And enough of seeing us as the teams kind of transition back out here, and again, we're excited to be able to kind of go through that. But I tell you what, this is really exciting to be able to see. I truthfully probably saw a couple of touchdowns in that first half, and to have it 0-0, that's pretty awesome to be able to go through. And the tell of it has been but don't break for both sides. Both teams having an opportunity inside the one to score, and neither one of them coming up with points. And really, with Neodesha to get the ball back, I would say that heading into that with 3 minutes to go, it looked like all the momentum was with Neodesha, and then a huge stop with Caney to even it back up. And so that's what you expect. It's what you want here as we close in. We'll have a quick 3-minute warm-up period, I think, after this one expires. So all those who are watching, seeing the countdown clock, we're not quite there yet. So if you need to go get a refill, or if you're listening and you're heading towards wherever you are, just make sure you're tuning in here in a few more minutes. We start second half action.
Absolutely. This is KUSN Deering. Had to do that. Got to be legal, you know. So we appreciate you joining us on Pup Nation on YouTube and on US 98. Some scores from our other games. I'm glad you're tuned here because this is a great game. I would dare say the best of the three. That's just me. Emporia is beating the NATO 28-0 at half. Good one over on Classic Hits 104.1. Eureka is winning 8-6. So a big-time game up there. Another offense, honestly, that they've scored a lot of points in their first couple of games. So for Cherryville, I believe it is Cherryville, to only be down 8-6 at halftime. A great job by Cherryville to kind of keep Eureka from getting too many points on the board.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And again, very talented league this year. You've kind of seen that coming as you've watched some of these young junior high programs and working their way up. Very competitive in that respect. And this is a Neodesha team that, again, watching them throughout the years, you knew that this was going to be a battle as they go through. Is going to be something that was, and it's exciting to be able to be hosting this on a homecoming night here before we start second half action.
Absolutely. So we need to take a 60-second timeout. We will do that when we come back. Third quarter action from Caney. Tied at 0, headed into the third quarter. Back in 60. US 98 Pup Nation on YouTube.
That's how customers describe Smith Auto and Tire on Highway 75 in Caney, Kansas. Smith Auto and Tire provides full auto repair, including tune-ups, oil changes, tire repairs, and replacement. No job is too small nor too large. They can service all makes and models. With over 30 years' experience, Smith and his crew can get you back on the road in no time. Call 620-306-6013 or stop in at 205 North McGee on Highway 75 in Caney, Kansas.
Hyman's Iron and Metal in Coffeyville makes metal-to-cash transactions so quick and easy. Pull up to their scales, they'll quickly weigh your metal, then pull around, get your check inside. No hassle, no waiting. Recycle your used metal, aluminum cans, and more. Be good to our environment, and Hyman's will be good to your wallet. Hyman's Iron and Metal, fast, friendly service that's family-owned and operated. Located at 1216 Beach Street in Coffeyville, you'll appreciate their speed and fair market prices at Hyman's. Open weekdays 8 to 4:30 and Saturdays 8 to noon.
1 minute to go in this warm-up period, and then we get the third quarter started on Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98. Neodesha, Caney tied at 0 as we start the second half, and Neodesha did win the toss, and they elected to defer, so they will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and both teams eager out there. Again, not quite through with the warm-up, and so I think they'll let them go ahead and get started early. No reason not to. Turns out to be a beautiful night as the sun set, and really kind of the temperatures have lowered a little bit here, and excited to begin second half action here as we start the third quarter.
So it looks like Garden to kick off, and a little pooch kick taken at about the 45-yard line. And that was a pretty smart play. That wasn't a bad move to basically just say, oh my gosh, here they come. I think I'm just going to fall on the ball. And that's what happened with Houston Lowry.
Yeah, and that's good hands up there up front. You never really know what you're going to have. Typically, those are guys who are going to set a block, and so for him to go and really catch that, get a little bit of a squib there, and just didn't quite get over the height, and it had really great rotation if that would have hit the ground. Good job to him as they went over, got that ball, and set up a 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line.
Neodesha moving left to right on your screen, east to west. All Pup Nation. Looking. Handoff up the middle. There was a nice fake to Cameron White, but it's a handoff that went to the left side. You talk about a big old pup pile of defenders over there.
There it was, and first time we've called Sam Denton, number 74, again, that talented freshman who's making his presence known. Boone White, who's been a little bit banged up, had a back injury that's been able to come back and join this evening, and then as always, Martinez up there up front doing a good job just kind of plugging that hole and causing a loss there on 1st down.
I know it's a baseball movie, but making his presence known with authority. It's 2nd and 11 with the ball on the 44-yard line. He hit the ball. From the shotgun, looking to pass. And it is batted down. Nice big paw from the Caney defender. That's an incomplete pass, 3rd and 11 now.
Yeah, good job. I believe that was Martinez who had his hand up there and did a good job. Again, good pressure up front from again, that freshman Sam Denton on the right-hand side of him there. And really, this is kind of what you want to be able to see. Brings up a 3rd and long, and looked at first like we may be caught off guard with that kind of quad formation out to the right, but adjusted well, and it starts with that pressure up front, and I think that's the one thing that you're going to want to see consistent in the second half.
Who says pup paws are small? Here we go, 3rd down. Ball looking to pass, this time able to get the pass off, and it's intercepted by Garten at the 40-yard line. He's brought down at about the 45. Actually, no, that was Roberts. Drake Roberts with the interception.
Yeah, and he just took it out of his hands. That was just well defended and a good job. Looked like that was going to be another big completion for Neodesha, but a good job reaching in there with those pup paws, taking it away and getting the turnover. And that's a way that you want to start the half as Caney takes over the ball on their 46, 1st and 10 with about 11 minutes to go.
2nd interception for Javonte White. That's uncharacteristic of his play so far this season.
Yeah, and again, that was just well adjusted. Honestly, one of the fastest guys in Kansas out there in defense, and no question he was breaking on that ball and pulling it away there. Well, and I'm going to attribute that to maybe a little issue on our sound system there. Confused Mr. McVay there on the edge, and got a little quick start out there, and so that'll back us up 5, unfortunately, and set up a 1st and 15.
1st and 15 from the 36-yard line. Oops. That's all I'm going to say. Actually, it is actually from the 40. Still from the 41-yard line, so still, well, it is 1st and 10 from the 1st and 15 from the 41. I'll get it right. There's a pitch back to Buckley, who gains maybe 1.
Yeah, we'll give him the 1, but it was a tough one. Again, extremely well defended. They kind of adjusted that quick little pitch out there, that toss, and they did a good job. And so we'll be looking to see what they can come back here on a 2nd and long.
2nd and 14 with the ball on the 42-yard line. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. No score. Time and score brought to you by Community National Bank of Caney. We appreciate you joining us. 4 on the play clock. And they get it off. A pitch to Buckley to the right side. Gets through a couple of tackles, but still. Oh, and there's a fumble. It's on the ground.
Yeah, big wrestling for it, and it looks like Neodesha is going to have it. He goes number 1 on the recovery at the bottom that came out with that, and that's a huge turnover for Neodesha on Caney's side of the field.
DJ Schlegel picking up the fumble, and it's Neodesha's ball, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. So both teams trade turnovers, their first possession of the half.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of what you expect in a fight like this. As it comes down, you're going to have punch for punch and 2 big turnovers there, and we'll look to see who's going to be able to continue.
From the shotgun, White looking to capitalize on the turnover, had his receiver kind of turned around and dizzy, and it's an incomplete, kind of overthrew him just a little bit past intended for Ramey.
Yeah, and that's still a really good ball out there. Again, receiver just wasn't quite ready to locate that out there, and good defense out there by Drake on the edge there. Bring up a 2nd and 10 here with 10:05 left in the third quarter.
Today's secret word is discombobulated. Look it up, kids. 2nd and 10 from the 42. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Getting the play from the sideline. There they go. 2 receivers each side. Quick out. Nice pass. Nice completion past the first down marker all the way to the 20. I believe that's the 27-yard line. It was a nice pass to Lachlan Roebuck.
Yeah, and they've had success with that little quick pass out there. I think you're going to kind of see that. First time, again, kind of had that defended and a little more cushion and took advantage of that and a nice pickup to get a new set of downs here.
1st and 10 from the 27. And from the shotgun again, this time passing about the 15 or about the 20-yard line. It is complete to Cole Ramey, who's brought down at about the 20-yard line. So a gain of 7 on first down. Actually, they're going to give him more than that. They're going to put him down at the 18-yard line. So a gain of 9 on first down. It's 2nd and 1 from the 18.
Yeah, again, nice pitch and catch there. And again, a little bit of rhythm from Neodesha coming out here in the second half. You can definitely see they're looking to spread things out and take a little advantage of some of those pockets that are out there in the zone and have done a good job picking up a good first down play, 9 yards.
2nd and 1, 18-yard line. Still from the shotgun. Looking to pass again. This time he's not going to get out. He's going to be sacked back at the 25-yard line. Talk about a suffocating defense. Traxton Garten there on the sack.
Yeah, no surprise you're going to see the pressure ramp up there again. When he's had time to make that throw, you're seeing kind of a pattern here. And again, not to be obvious, but that pressure up front by that D-line is so important. So you bring an extra man there and coming down and doing a good job to set up a 3rd and 8 and really make it difficult on Neodesha with 8:26 left to go.
To go from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 8 is huge in this series for the Bullpups, this defensive series for the Bullpups.
Yeah, and you have that quad formation on the far side of the field again, a little bit of confusion, man in motion kind of coming over, seeing if we can, but I don't think Neodesha liked it, and they're going to take a timeout here.
So a timeout taken with 8:09 to go, third quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in 1 minute with more. Pub Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Your health, you deserve more than just a prescription. You deserve a partner. At Porter Drug in Neodesha, their trusted pharmacists take the time to answer your questions and help you understand the medicines you need. Enjoy the convenience of online refills, free local delivery, and text alerts when your prescriptions are ready. Plus, with their Time My Meds program, you can coordinate all your prescriptions to be filled at once, saving you time and worry. Porter Drug and Gift Shop, the best little gift shop in southeast Kansas at 506 Main in Neodesha.
Owning and operating a business isn't easy. That's why business people in this area turn to their hometown bank at Community National Bank in Neodesha. The bankers at Community National Bank in Neodesha understand the needs of business, from working capital to operating needs to needed services. Local business people trust their hometown business bankers at Community National Bank in Neodesha. Shouldn't you? Community National Bank in Neodesha. Member FDIC.
And a pass out to the flat and breaking tackles and getting around and getting through. And it is a touchdown. From the 3rd and 8 to a touchdown.
That formation's been trouble for us all night. We really haven't been able to adjust out there. And you knew that little quick screen out there was going to be coming, and there it was. And really just a good job out there to set up our first score of the game.
So 6-0 Neodesha. 8:01 to go, third quarter. And they're going for an extra point, looks like. Looks like that is Owen Cook. The 6 point. Kick is up and no good, wide left. Nice kick, had a line drive to it, just put it off to the left just a little bit.
Yeah,
so
a little bit of a hook there and a little bit of a break there, but again, kudos to Neodesha kind of working through and making that adjustment, and they strike first out here with 8:01 left in the third quarter.
Back in 60 seconds with more. Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
With mutual life insurance, long-term care, and retirement options. Find out how you can get the protection you need. Call Richard Osterberg with New York Life at 620-325-5314. The right protection for you and your family. Richard Osterberg, your New York Life agent in Neodesha.
Community National Bank of Caney is a proud supporter of Bullpup Nations. We're here for all your banking needs. If you need a loan or looking for great rates on CDs, Community National Bank should be your bank. They also have free checking and savings. There's always very friendly and knowledgeable staff here to serve you. Community National Bank is a member of F Lender.
Neodesha with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The extra point no good, so Neodesha leads 6-0 with 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Chris Frank, Blake Vargas with you here on a Friday night, homecoming night in Caney. And here we go with the kick. And it's a nice kick into the end zone. Holy cow.
Yeah, kudos to him to put that out there, and again, no one hurt there, but you don't see that often at our level.
No, you don't. That's crazy. Was that White with the kickoff, or I'm trying to remember, because if that was White on the kickoff, or was that Cook, Owen Cook?
I think that was Cook, if I remember correct. Again,
how in the world do you have a punter like White and a kicker like Cook? What in the world's going on here? 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. That's where Caney starts. Looking to hand off up the middle. Nice, tough yards at about the 24-yard line. Taken off his feet. Hard tackle, but still 4 good yards there on first down.
Yeah, and that was a good, tough run. Really just kind of jumped over a defender, and unfortunately had Neodesha guy there pop him at the same time. So good, tough run. 3 yards to start out, and kind of the same medicine you're used to, picking up 3 every time is what you need to be able to move those sticks.
2nd and 7 from the 23. Denny under center. Now Garden moves, looking to pitch. Kind of a reverse. They're going to flea flicker kind of play, and somehow they're able to get the ball. It's just thrown over his head. Denny was kind of rushed. It was a little bit of a I got to get this ball out quick, because he was going to get sacked one way or the other. He had a receiver open.
Yeah, McVeigh was out there, and again, exactly what you want. You knew that you were going to get some misdirection, something set up there, and so really pretty well executed. Just wasn't able to get it completed out there. Had a little too much on it, and is going to set up a 3rd and 7.
So I guess that really wasn't like a flea flicker type of play. It was just a misdirection. Able to get the ball back to Denny.
Yeah, a little reverse pitch back to Denny there, and just wasn't able to complete out there to McVeigh.
3rd and 7. Denny from the shotgun using his legs, making some throwing deep down the field. He's got a receiver. Oh, and it is dropped. Defended pretty well by Cole Ramey.
That's about as good a ball as you're going to see on the run, and really just unfortunately not able to haul that in. It's going to bring up a 4th and 7 and probably a punting situation here.
From the 23-yard line.
Just off the fingertips there.
Get everything put together. You may see that completed in week 7 or week 6 or 7. Here's the punt. Left-footed kicker gets a nice punt. And a nice Caney bounce. Rolls from about the 47 to about the 42-yard line. So a pretty good bounce as Neodesha takes over on their 42-yard line. They are up 6-0 with 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Inches away.
Yeah, just off the fingertips. And again, Traxton's out there laying out, doing everything he can to bring in that ball. And an athletic young man that's going to make that play more often than not. And just unfortunately, just a little bit unable to haul that in. And so, in typical fashion, you got kids coming over and telling them, head up, keep going. It's a long game still to go.
Oh, absolutely.
But a key defensive series here for the Bullpups to get a stop here and to get the ball back.
There we go from the shotgun, that quad formation on the far side. Looking to run this time. White past the 45 to the 50, knocked out of bounds about the 47-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of a first down, but a nice run on first. So it'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and so again, you see in that situation, just over have the extra man in coverage, and then in kind of that chess match, Neodesha coming back underneath on a run. And so that's what you love about this. There's way more to this game than what a lot of people realize in the match between offensive and defensive coordinator. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a measurement. Based on the spot, I think we've got a first down here, but we'll see if they're going to measure it or, and see where we end up here. So either a very short goal or a short situation or a new set of downs.
That looked to be and maybe I was just kind of looking at the wrong area. Maybe I wasn't looking where the ball went out of bounds, but that looks to be a pretty generous spot, and I really think it's going to be a first down just based on what we're seeing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, plenty of room there.
So a first down, Neodesha brings up 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and again, that formation, again, we've seen that come out, that little quad diamond on the far side. Again, you had a completion out there a minute ago, a little run back underneath, and has given a little bit of trouble on adjustment. And I have no doubt we'll make that adjustment, but right now giving a little bit of trouble for the Bullpups with the run up the middle. And
boy, he's breaking free.
Breaking free.
He's at the 10, going to be taken down, and it's a fumble. A fumble, and let's see who gets it. If that stays, it is a Caney football.
And that's Connor Pauley running down, getting in there again. We talked about his speed, but he's the one who comes all the way down there, gets him from behind, knocks the ball loose, and then the Bullpups able to fall on it. And a huge break there. Again, you teach that. You don't ever give up on the play. And when you got speed like that, you're never out of it. And that's huge. Connor Pauley, sophomore in there, getting a massive turnover here with 6:30 left to go in the third quarter.
What a play. That's the 3rd turnover, if I remember correctly, for Neodesha. Uncharacteristic for them this season, but a wonderful play. Great play, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bullpups at the 3-yard line. I was getting ready to call it, a Neodesha touchdown, and all of a sudden here comes Connor Pauley, changing the whole course of the game with that one play. They bring it out, try to give themselves some more room, and they do. It's a nice run over the right tackle.
Yeah, and a good 6-7 yards out there, 5-6 yards out there to start, and that's really what you want to see. And really, we talked about the speed. We've seen it in his return the other week, but to see it on defense, to run that down and to come in, and they teach you that. If you're trailing, punch through for that ball and make that tackle, and he did exactly what you want to do.
2nd and 4 from the 9, looking to run again. Keeping the legs moving, keeping the feet moving closer to the first down marker. In fact, it looks like they have it.
Yeah.
First down, they're moving the chains, so first down.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life back into that. You could almost feel kind of the air deflating a tiny bit, not much, but just enough, and really another outstanding young man. We talk about this team full of sophomores and juniors, only 2 seniors out here, but a sophomore and Connor Pauley going down and really arguably making the play of the second half for right now and really changing that momentum. New fresh set of downs here. Pickup is huge on the first down with 5:33 left in the third quarter.
1st and 10 from the 15. Looking to hand off, this time coming near side, getting tough yards. They're calling, they're saying there's a fumble, or at least the Neodesha is saying there's a fumble.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some debate on whether he was down or whether he wasn't. I think you're going to have the far judge saying he might have been down, and then the near side no. And so, again, we're going to get a discussion and see what comes up out of this.
So it is going to be 2nd down. They're going to say evidently he was down. before the ball came loose.
Yeah, and I think again that you had the judge on this side that had the clear view and had called that down. So I was going to be surprised if you were going to see that. You're excited anytime it happens to be stripped away, and if you can squeak away with that. But good view from the judge there, from the official to make sure that he had him marked down.
2nd and 9 from the 17. They keep moving the ball. This time past the 20-yard line to about the 21. And it'll be 3rd down and about 4. They're going to call it 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line.
Yeah, again, tough yards there as you move forward off that right-hand side. And you're starting to see a little bit of a pattern over there, a little bit of a good push up there on that right-hand side as you're closing in here with 4:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter on a crucial 3rd down and 3.
Neodesha up 6-0. There's a flag, so we'll see what this play does. But I believe it is a flag on the play.
Yeah, and Neodesha's pointing this way, and you might have had a hold in there. They're kind of talking a little bit about that, and so we'll get the call here.
They're going to call a chop block against Caney. If I remember correctly, that is a pretty costly penalty.
Yeah, it's one that, again, when you're up there, you got to make sure that you're staying engaged in the right way when you're blocking, and this is going to back them up a little bit here and set up a really 3rd and long from about the 15-yard line, or actually, excuse me, from the 10-yard line.
4:13 to go, 3rd quarter. Neodesha leads 6-0. You're on Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98, and it is 3rd down. 3rd and 13 from the 11. Looking to pass, there's a little screen over the middle, and it is caught. And then getting away from a couple tacklers, trying to get some extra space and wasn't able to really get much out of that. It's going to be 4th down, maybe a gain of a yard on the play.
Yeah, and that's a tough play. You really had it set up, but just wasn't able to get the ball out there quick enough, and really Neodesha was able to react. And we've ran that a couple of previous plays, and Neodesha, I think, was ready for that. I think they did a good job anticipating that and seeing where that was at and being able and again, kind of being pinned down in your own end zone. You're looking for a good punt and have to go down and get the ball back.
So 4th and 13 from the 11, punted from his own end zone. Nice line drive punt, and it kind of runs out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So a good job to get that a little further out, give your defense a little bit of room to work with. As we are at 3:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's take 30 seconds. We'll be back with more Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Lacey Hodges in Coffeyville.
Neodesha has 4 receivers to the far side. Looking to pass is White. Throws it over to that side, and he's got a receiver that's open and got jarred, and he caught it and then dropped it because of a great hit by the defender. So it's incomplete and 2nd down.
Yeah, that's about as clean of a football hit as you can get, and really you kind of dream of that as a defender, really jarring that, because that looked like that was going to be an easy pitch and catch, and we had something else to say about that with a well delivered clean football hit.
So 7:41, 3:09 to go. 3rd lead 6-0. Time and score brought to you by Community National Bank of Caney. Once again, 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, so an empty backfield. Looking to run is White. He's got defenders all over him. He's just going to be run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Make sure that White is okay. He is. Saying hello to the rock wall.
Yeah, that was a little close again. It was kind of had some momentum there and got a little bit of some assistance just as he was still in bounds, and I think he kind of slipped there a little bit. I really think that's what that was. And if you've been here, you know that we have a pretty decent slope to our field. The crown here does run downhill if you're getting towards the hashes, and I think that momentum just kept them carrying out there.
3rd and 9 from the 40. 3 receivers far side, 1 near. Looking to pass again. This time going over, and it is pass. It's complete, it looks like. And a flag comes out at the end of that play. It looks like it's a little short of the first down, but I guess that's all depending on what this flag is.
Yeah, I think the flag's going to give him a first down here, and so I'm not sure what we have here, but it looks like Lane Denny delivered a hit and may have drawn a flag on that play.
Coach Davis waiting to get an explanation, and
yeah, we're going to have a personal foul there, and I'm not sure. It's my own fault. I should know more about the rules here at the high school level, and so his helmet did come off, and I don't know if that still carries a penalty now. I'm sure those listeners out there may know, but it's going to set up a 1st and 10 on about the 17-yard line with 2:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And, of course, a personal foul is, what, a 15-yard penalty. So that gives Neodesha better field position, gets him closer to the goal line. 1st and 10 from the 17. 3 far side, 1 to the near side, and it's a run. And that stopped pretty quickly. It was a nice defensive play.
Yeah, several pups in there. Jace Buckley kind of on clean-out duty, doing a good job as linebacker flowing down. But, again, that left side's pretty stout. Sam Denton's doing a good job over there. Martinez right there in the middle, and really that's a tough spot to run, and proving it again with a loss of about 1.
So 2nd and 11 from the 18, 2.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Neodesha up 6-0.
Yeah, and you got to wonder with the leg of the kicker, if they pick up a couple more here, are they going to be looking towards that? Obviously, they want to try to find a way to get in the end zone, but they're really trying to see, I think, if they can get into a position where they might be able to kick the ball. But with another loss on that, that's going to be difficult and break up a 3rd and long.
Caney moving the ball in the right direction on defense. That's going to be 3rd and 13 or 3rd and 14 from the 20. They're going to call it on the 20-yard line. So 3rd and 14 as the clock moves under 2 minutes.
Yeah, Neodesha's not going to be in a hurry here, obviously. I mean, there's still a whole another quarter to go, but really they're doing a good job taking their time, getting the right play call in, as we're going to have trips over here to the right with 1 receiver on the far side.
White works well from the shotgun. Here it is again. It's is that complete? It's hard to see kind of in that corner area. I believe that was a complete pass.
It was about the 12-yard line, 11 maybe there, just depending on the spot. And so picked up some manageable yards here on 4th down, and this will be critical to see what they do here with that decision. You might have that kicker situation coming on. Yep,
They
here's
got a
the tee.
Yeah. So 4th and 4 on the 10-yard line. They're going to set up for a field goal.
Yeah, and the biggest thing you want to do here if you're Caney is you got to make sure don't line up off sides, don't jump on the snap. You want to make sure they're within that situation where it gives them an automatic first. So you're staying disciplined. There's the snap, the kick, and it looks like it's going to be far right. So another defensive stand with 1:24 left in the 3rd quarter.
So far left, it went wide left and then wide right on the kicks. The first one, of course, was the extra point. Wide left, this field goal try far wide right. So Caney will start on their own 10-yard line with 1:24 to go, 3rd quarter. And, I mean, for everything that has happened, for all of the exciting plays that have happened, for only 6 points to be on the board.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, for those who are listening, or you may be watching on Pup Nation on YouTube, he had the leg. That tells you right there that if the situation comes up later, they were confident at being able to do that and just pushed it a little bit right. But that's an asset on the other side of the field there.
They might be picking that ball up in Sedan. As we get a run up the middle on 1st down, tough yards past the 25 to the 27-yard line. Still on his feet.
Yeah, and that's Big Boone White again, getting one of those carries and really just dragging people along with him. Again, kind of coming off a little bit of a back injury and back out there to set up a second and short here with 1:02 left in the third quarter.
They're going to call that 2nd and 2. So 8 yards on the carry, and I swear 6 of it was carrying at least 4 people with him. 2nd and 2 from the 28 as we go under a minute to go, third quarter. Handoff off of that right side. Gets
back
it
outside. You're going to break free.
That's Buckley, 40, 30. Brought down at about the 17-yard line. What a run by Buckley. Definitely a first down, putting Caney in great field position, probably as the clock stops with 31 seconds. And it makes me immediately look, and there's no flags on the field, so I don't know if that's a timeout called or what it is. Either way, it's a great run by Buckley. It's 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, the clock will stop temporarily until they get the ball set, and again, they'll look to wind it here in just a minute with about 31 seconds left to go in the third. There'll be one more play, it looks like, that they'll have to do before we head in for the fourth quarter.
Huge run by Buckley.
Yeah, again, you know, again, if you've played enough or watched enough option stop football, it's just one of those that it just slowly takes time, and unfortunately you get a weird flag late on a block, and that's going to back him up, and with 10 seconds left to go here.
So it was a good run on first down, but a flag, and even Coach Davis is kind of wondering what the call was, and it is against Caney.
Yeah, and the frustrations, I can see where that comes from. As someone who helped work with the offensive line, you get that every once in a while when a defender just turns around because they're getting muscled by your offensive lineman, and it looks like you're maybe in the back, but you're really not. The defender's just trying to turn away and run from you, and that's just unfortunate. I didn't see anything there that really warranted that, but again, that's not my call, and so that sets up unfortunately a 1st and long here, and not what you want to see with 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
The ball back on the 22-yard line. And I think even Coach West is being told to get back on the sideline as well. So both coaches.
Yeah, and I think their discussion trying to determine what the result of that should be, and so I think we might get an assessment of it where maybe they didn't assess enough penalty yards, but they're not moving it, so.
So here we go. Yep, here we reset, I should say. 1st and 16 from the 22-yard line.
Yeah, and they're still discussing here. I think we've got kind of a debate on what's going on, and so probably has to do with the enforcement of that penalty. Happened about the 7-yard line. Again, from my point of view, that was a defender who was getting blocked cleanly and then just decided to turn around, and so I'm not sure. Typically, you wouldn't see that, but maybe I looked at that wrong, and so given the benefit of the doubt, they've done a good job calling this game this evening, but one that you definitely don't want in a very critical situation with 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
So would it be a 15-yard penalty assessed from the 7? Now they're moving it up. Well, actually, now they're moving it back. So they're marking off the yardage from what about?
Yeah, I think what they did is the first time they assessed it from where the penalty happened, and then this time they're going from the original line of scrimmage, and so Coach Davis here is going to get an explanation from the ref about that, and that's what I'm anticipating they're saying is that with the foul being thrown about the 7-yard line, that the first time they assessed it, pulled it back, and then now they're doing it from the original line of scrimmage, so. Either way, you're going to look at about a 1st and 20, it looks like now, with 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
They place the ball on the 28-yard line. So finally, after all of the debate is settled, we'll go 1st and 20 from the 28-yard line. 10 seconds to go, third quarter. Caney looking to get on the board. Looking to pitch. 25 at about the 20-yard line. Gets tackled about the 19-yard line, A nice run by Traxon Garden to get some yards back as the third quarter comes to a close. We'll be back in 60 seconds. What an exciting fourth quarter this is going to be. You don't want to miss it. Back in 60 seconds. Bump Nation on YouTube at US 98.
Montgomery County Chronicle. It's a weekly snapshot of countywide news and sports for Independence, Caney, Coffeyville, Cherryvale, and the small towns in between. The Montgomery County Chronicle, published since 1885, is 100% locally written. You'll never find canned editorials or columns in this newspaper, not a one. Pick up a copy from one of our news racks or subscribe today. The Montgomery County Chronicle, one of the Taylor newspapers serving southeast Kansas.
When you visit Caney Family Dental, your smile is their top priority. Their friendly and caring staff strive to give you the best care possible in a comfortable and relaxed environment. Caney Family Dental is committed to providing you the knowledge to make informed decisions on your dental health and treatment. They take extra care to be sensitive to your needs. Overall health, the ultimate goal for every patient. Trust Caney Family Dental, 101 South McGee in Caney, Kansas. A proud supporter of Bullpup Nation.
What an exciting fourth quarter this is going to be. Caney has the ball, and they're looking at a 2nd and 12 from the 19-yard line as the fourth quarter starts here on US 98 and Pup Nation on YouTube. Chris Freund, Blake Vargas with you here. Caney's been trying. They've been doing their best to put the ball in the end zone. A couple of penalties kind of held them from doing that. Goal line stand by the Neodesha defense earlier this game. So Caney looking to put it in as the fourth quarter starts.
Yeah, and again, a good first down run in there, 2nd and 12, and again, trying that left side. Traxon doing a good job picking up some solid yards again, and really now we've got a late flag, and so you kind of hold your breath here seeing what that is.
It's on that Neodesha sideline. Once again, the refs in discussion.
I'm seeing him point this way, and so I don't know if we, again, hard to see from this point of view, but something carried on there that they didn't like, and so, but maybe you're getting a sideline warning. I can't really tell there where they're kind of pointing at, and so interesting to see sideline warning on us, and so again, kind of incidental there, but one that you got to be careful of, setting up a third down and manageable here. And oh, correction there. I guess that does carry some yardage with that as well.
So I'm not exactly sure why there would be a sideline warning there.
I'm a little confused there. So I don't. Oh, aiding the runner. Sorry, got a correction there. That's a new one on me, and so sets up a 2nd and 8. So honestly, without the loss of down,
Traxon Garden moving to the left side, getting some good space. Moving toward the 10, now down to the 5. We'll see where they mark him out at. But a nice run by Traxon Garden nonetheless. He's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, so it all depends on that spot. I think he got past the first down, so I think that's clearly gonna. And again, just using that left side, doing a good job offensively up there, and really that was probably the question coming in this game. Anytime you have a margin of victory the way that you did, both of these teams, you really haven't played complete games, right. And so for both of them, this is deep, this is hard. Who's going to be able to compete through the end, and sets up a 1st and goal on the 7-yard line.
Here we go. With 11:40 to go in the game, up the gut and nothing there. In fact, he might be driven back. At best, no gain.
Marker on the play. Traxon Garden on the carry.
Traxon Garden with the carry. Tried to get those yards up the middle. And another aiding the runner.
Aiding the runner, and so I'm
not exactly what exactly is aiding the runner. We're gonna have to get an explanation.
We're going to have to call New York on that. Is that what they do on the big time shows? And
yes. Yeah. Where's Chief Statutory when you need him? Now it's 1st and 10 from the 10. Garden moving to the left side, getting a hole getting to about the 5-yard line. It's tough to tell from here, but I believe it's about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, everyone's holding their breath. No more aiding the runner on that one. And so, yeah, I think that was a good – looks like he's going to get 6, set up a 2nd and 4. And that is a new one on me because it doesn't come with a loss of down. And so depending on where that happens, really it can not that it doesn't hurt, but it's one of those penalties that isn't as bad as some of the other ones you can get.
2nd to go from the 4. Looking to hand off, trying to go up the middle, pushing through, and a CVTD. Is that Buckley? That looks like it is Jace Buckley with the touchdown. A 4-yard run, pretty much up the middle, tying the score at 6. 10:34 to go in the game. What a run by Buckley. Nice job by the O-line to give him a little space to work through.
Yeah, a strong young man, again, just leaning out over there. And talk about a huge 2-point conversion here coming up on this attempt. And so one that, again, tied up 6-6. It's been a dogfight out here. And really, you got to love it. I mean, both of these teams are battling hard and going through. And despite the turnovers, Neodesha still in this, and Caney just doing what they do and staying consistent and looking to try to convert on a very crucial 2-point conversion.
So here we go. Looking to hand off to Garten. Garten up the middle, and 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, that left side's working for him, and again, really good job. Good push out front. Kind of Boone White looked like it was out there leading the way, and a few others, and really that's what you want to see. And a huge to be able to battle back through that 8-6 with 10:34 left in the fourth quarter.
And we'll be back in 60 seconds with more Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Makes it as good as new. Quality Paint and Body is your locally owned complete fit chip repair, a spray and bed liner, seat heaters, calfskin leather repair, or any collision repair. Quality Paint and Body is never satisfied until you are satisfied. Proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups, it's Quality Paint and Body, 1920 West Main, Independence, 620-331-2639. Make it good as new.
LaForge Insurance, now Acrisure, has been a proud supporter of the Caney Bullpups for over 30 years. Being a part of Acrisure allows them to represent a number of excellent companies. Your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs can be taken care of at a very competitive price. Call Frank, Deanna, or Paige at 620-879-2311 or stop by 410 East Taylor in Caney for a visit about your insurance. Remember, Acrisure Insurance of Caney, a proud Bullpup supporter.
A 4-yard touchdown run by Jace Buckley and a 2-point conversion gives Caney an 8-6 lead. My goodness, 8-6, 10:34 to go in this game. And we did get some clarification on exactly what aiding the runner. You're not aiding the runner if you're pushing.
Correct.
It's only aiding the runner when you're pulling.
You're pulling, so yeah, that's one of those situations where maybe that lead blocker turns around, sees that their guy's struggling, and wants to drag him along, and unfortunately he can't do that. But now that we know, I'm anticipating we'll adjust to that, and a little big bounce on a kick there, and the ball's still loose.
Man, look at the Caney Flares flying in, trying to get that on the turnover on the kickoff, but still, Neodesha ball, but barely.
Yeah, so kudos to number 20 for Neodesha falling on that, because that could have been devastating. But again, you're kind of feeling it here as you go into the second half with 10:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. And I'll tell you what, this is definitely turned out to be exactly what we anticipated between these two ball clubs.
10.5 minutes to go in this contest. Neodesha with the ball down 8-6. You know, they'll keep working from the shotgun. That has worked well so far this whole game. And Javante White does a great job reading his receivers from shotgun. There's a handoff, and boy, he stopped behind the line. Stopped is Cole Ramey.
Just nowhere to go, and no surprise, the freshman Sam Denton just making his presence known. We've talked about him really coming along well and really kind of earned his way up there. But I tell you what, that's just an impressive ball from a freshman in a big moment. 5-yard loss here with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
You know, we hear CCC coaches say it all the time. but it's appropriate here. Big-time players making big-time plays at a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and a freshman no less.
Wow.
Again, that's what you love to see. Really made that impact out there and doing a good job. And here comes some pressure off the edge. Quick ball out and unable to complete, bringing up a 3rd and long.
White was looking for Jaden Huckabee on the far side.
Yeah, and they've completed that quick little out route like that a few times. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if they look back towards that on the wide side of the field. That kind of quad diamond formation has been good for them as well. And so hopefully you see the adjustments have been made there. And the defense doing a good job getting pressure up there. You got Boone White on the near side here on the end. Sam Denton, Martinez right there over the center. I believe you got Ben Spillman on the far side. And then Jace Wren, if I'm not mistaken there. A tough front 5 doing a good job making it very difficult with that kind of the 4-man wide formation again on the wide side of the field.
3rd and 15, looking in and out of the hands of a defender.
Connor Polly, great job getting up there. Again, you saw the athleticism there in and out of his hands. Great job on defense. And 4th and 15 here, you're looking at a potential punting situation. But with a big leg, you really look to see if they can turn the field here and make it difficult on the Bullpups moving forward.
The one thing I'm noticing that's different with this Neodesha offense, they've had much success when the diamond formation has been on the left side. With it being on his right side, I wonder if that makes a difference on how he throws the ball.
Yeah, it could be. Again, one of those, the pressure up front was definitely one. Just barely gets that kick away. A little bit of acting back there to see if we can draw a flag, but no laundry. Picked up and a good job returning that. Again, I think that's Connor Polly again out there, and wouldn't surprise me with that speed, getting a little bit of return yardage, setting us up about the 45-yard line with 9:29 left in the 4th quarter.
You know, Coach Davis loves to run. He loves that smash mouth type of football. But in this case, you almost really have to do it. I know Neodesha is kind of setting up for a run defense, but you got to burn some clock with a 2-point lead, 9.5 to go in this game. So we're going to look for these guys to kind of just line up right across from each other.
Yeah, and you love to see that from your center, Anthony Raines. They're sprinting forward, setting the tone, saying let's go. And really, like you said, you kind of know what's coming here. Man on man, hat on hat. They talked about that in the pregame, and that's what you want to see on the left side.
20.
10, I don't know that he's going to get him.
That's a CVTD! A 45-yard touchdown run from the first play of the drive.
Yeah, and they found some magic there on the left side. I mean, you could have drove a semi-truck through that, and then again, you let the athleticism just break away there, and he wasn't going to get caught that time. And what a big time, like you said, big-time players make big-time plays in a big-time moment, and that's a huge needed one from Caney. Put us up 14-6 with 9:19 in the 4th quarter.
With a 2-point conversion pending. This is where Caney is looking to basically they're wearing down that defense of Neodesha. Neodesha has been on the field quite a bit with their defense, and they've made a lot of great plays, incredible plays in the first 3 quarters. But Caney, I think it looks like they're starting to kind of get that momentum, especially with Buckley and with Garton, their running backs, as the 2-point conversion is.
Yep, and he's going to fall right over on the right-hand side. And again, that's a big, tough run right there. I believe that was Buckley again getting the carry. And nice to hear the pup bark firing down there in the end zone. 16-6 with 9:19 left to go in the 4th quarter.
And we are going to take 60 seconds, and we'll be back with more Pup Nation on YouTube. And
is contagious, and the smiles are part of the scenery. From clean parks to caring neighbors, we're building a place where everyone belongs.
I just love how we all look out for each other.
It's the little things, like a wave or a helping hand.
Let's keep the good going. Together, we make Caney a brighter, stronger, more connected place to live. Caney, positive, proud, united, and where hope runs wild.
If you're in need of a hot and tasty meal or a cool drink, visit Sonic in Caney and take a break. Burgers, hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, they've got them all, along with your favorite sides and drinks. Every month there's something new at Sonic, a sandwich, a side, or something new for dessert. Stop by soon for a refreshing shake, slush, or ice cream treat. Tuesday nights are family nights with cheeseburgers half price. We're Sonic in Caney. Looking forward to serving you soon.
What an exciting fourth quarter we have right here on US 98 and Pup Nation on YouTube. Buckley with the run, the touchdown run, and the two-point conversion, and it is 16-6, 9:19 to go in this game. Chris Freund, Blake Vargas with you here. Here's the kickoff, kind of a squib kick, taken and bounced. There's a nice bounce, and it's finally fell on. They fell on the ball. There we go, about the 28-yard line. That was kind of bouncing. It was almost like a pinball machine just bouncing off those little, whatever you call those things.
We'll take it. Again, no opportunity for a return. That's what you want to see in that situation and really make it difficult. There's been a lot of critical situations, and really arguably this is going to be up in this moment right here when you look at it. Big-time momentum shift, and Neodesha's looking for any glimmer here. And you know, you don't need the one big play. They're looking to set up something to go down. But if you're wearing red and blue and white tonight, you got to know it's nice knowing you've got a two-score situation where maybe got a little bit of movement early on Neodesha.
False start against the Blue Streaks. So 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15 back at the 23-yard line. I love pinball games, so you'd think I would remember what those are called, the stoppers or whatever they are.
I think, yeah, bumpers. No, that's the bottom. That's the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Maybe it is. I don't know.
If you know what they are, feel free to say it in the comments.
Yeah.
So 1st and 15 from the 23-yard line. 9:12 to go in the game. Caney up 16-6. White looking to pass, looking to go deep. He's got a receiver. Kind of threw it about 4 yards too far. That pass intended for Jaden Huckabee. And it's still pretty long. Second down. It'll be second down at 15. Talk about an arm. We talk about the arm of Lane Denny, and we have a right to do that because he has a great arm. But my goodness, what an arm Javante White has for this Neodesha Blue Streak team.
Yeah, and again, you saw with time, again, the opportunity to throw there and really just wasn't able to connect. But that's one that you're going to see some positional changes here, maybe bring in a different guy off the edge. You got Ben Spillman checking out, looks like, or excuse me, that was Jace Wren checking out and Traxton Garden going in. But a timeout from Neodesha with 9:05 left in the fourth quarter.
Let's take 60. We'll be back with more Pup Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Lights. It's all about heart, hustle, and hometown pride. And at Patriot Chevrolet in Bartlesville, we bring that same energy to every deal. From our guaranteed best price on a new Chevy to our exclusive Patriot Pledge, get engines for life. We've got you covered. So after the game, drive where the hometown spirit lives. Patriot Chevrolet, proud supporter of our community and proud to be your hometown Chevy dealer.
Let's go Patriots!
Patriot Chevrolet in
Rooting the Bullpups on to another victory. It's D&L Automotive in Caney. Stormy weather is chaotic. You don't ever want to experience battery trouble, so make an appointment today at D&L and install a new battery. Now that's peace of mind. Locally owned and operated, D&L Automotive is your complete auto parts store, and they'll treat you right. Proud supporter of the Bullpups. Trust the professionals at D&L Automotive, 410 North McGee in Caney.
This is KUSN Deering. 2nd and 15 from the 23-yard line. That's where we are coming out of the timeout. Neodesha with the ball, down 16-6. Looking to pass, running to his right, rolling to his right. Still rolling, and he is going to be brought down. Holy cow, what a sack by the Caney defense. There was just nobody open. No Neodesha receiver was open. And White took the brunt of that
held
sack.
on to it, and that, I believe, is number 16, Jacob McVeigh, coming downhill and really laying a hit. And he's done a great job in coverage out there tonight. But I tell you what, you kind of wait on that. You're out there in coverage, you're waiting along, and then you see, okay, right here, there's no one there. I'm going to run downhill and make the quarterback pay. And that was well done by McVeigh on the coverage there.
I'm really kind of surprised that the White just didn't throw that away and live to play another down.
Yeah,
That's a loss.
I'm not sure that he saw him there, but yeah, that's a big loss, third and really long. And so, again, defensively, you get to pin your ears back and come at him again. Ball's out quick, and two guys fighting over it.
And
there's a flag that I think is going to give him a fresh set of downs, and that you hate to see that. You hate to see that right there to kind of bail him out. I believe that was Lane Denny and Jacob McVeigh trying to get that interception. But where that is, you're hoping it's holding, but I believe that was a personal foul and going to give him a fresh set of downs, unfortunately.
So that'll keep the drive alive for the Blue Streaks with 8:11 to go in the game. And a 3rd and 27.
Yeah, and you're excited. You're wanting to make a play. You got him deep and backed up, but you got to realize the difference between 3rd and 27 and 4th and 33 is not going to be a ton. And so you just got to play there. That's just unfortunate. So fresh set of downs, new life here for Neodesha. Again, so Caney's got their work cut out for him as we close in on 8:11 in the 4th quarter.
Low snap taken by White. Throwing, looking for his receiver, and both the receiver and the defender kind of got turned around a little bit, so a nice no call there. Incomplete on first down, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, kind of that Willie Mays style looking back for that ball as it kind of goes through there and just no one able to come down with it. Good coverage by Traxon Garden out there. Bring up 2nd and 10. And a little bit of this, 7:58 to go, you really don't need that one big play. You've got time to be able to put a drive together here, play defense, and come back at it. And honestly, I'm a little surprised on kind of where we're at here.
2nd and 10, and there's a sack. Great defense by the Caney Bullpups again. Let's see who that is. I believe that is that Boone White?
I believe it was, and number 33, again, yes, doing a good job there. And that's one of those, and not only is it good for your defensive lineman, but you really call it a coverage sack. Again, I talked a little bit about that just a moment ago. You're running deep routes. They take a lot of time to develop, and really you're giving your time for your D-line to create separation and get that sack. And so what's worked for them is those quick outs out there. You saw it. Their big touchdown was on that diamond formation where they threw that quickly out there and caught us off guard. And so I'm a little surprised that you're seeing that right now, these long patterns. And again, there's a quick one there and just off target, but he was open there across the middle and went through number 5's hands and in and out of Connor Polly's hands as well, number 30 back there in defense for the Bullpups.
So once again, they're looking at 4th and long, 4th and 14 for the Blue Streaks from the 25-yard line, 7:14 to go in the game.
Yeah, and you're in a weird scenario here. You're going to punt it. You really don't want to. If you're on the other side of the ball, you're kind of going, well, what do we do? But really, I don't think you got to risk it. I talked a little bit about that. You're not in a spot where you have to. And again, I was a little surprised offensively where some of that was. But there's that big leg we were talking about, and really you're getting away from that. You're letting it roll. That's fine. That's more yardage and more ability up the field to waste some time and to be able to hopefully go on a 7:04 drive to close it out if you're Caney is what you're looking for.
The ball was finally down at the 24-yard line.
Yep.
So basically, what was it, from 24 to 24, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, that's just an incredible job. Nice little bounce there. And again, that's kind of rare at this stage. So great job working on that. You can tell they put in the effort overall, and not only from punting but from kicking to see that. And so one that a lot of times you don't see that at this level of ball. And so last year we had a great one. I think we've got a young freshman coming up that's going to be able to do that for us as well. But maybe isn't quite ready at this level of varsity yet from a kicking standpoint. But it's going to be an impact player in the future.
Here we go. Garden looking for some room. Gets some room. Tries to get past the tackle. He just pushes him down, and he's off to the races. 30, 20, 10, and a CVTD. A 76-yard touchdown run by Traxon Garden, running over defenders.
Yeah, that was impressive, and that's really what you want to. I mean, you're not going to complain about that. We wouldn't have minded a long drive, but anytime you can get a one and done, we'll take that as well. And so that was just a little bit of frustration and athleticism, just kind of saying, hey, it's time to show what we're made of here and really make a statement. And that's big here with 6:49 left to go in the 4th quarter.
That extends the lead for Caney 22-6 with the 2-point conversion pending. Yeah, I think we're going to be happy just to see 3-4 yards at a time, like we see most of the time from a Caney offense, and all of a sudden guard said, nope, let's do it now.
Yeah, that was really impressive. Again, his athleticism really does a good job, and then a quick little pass out there and just off his hands, but brings it to 22-6 with 6:49 left in the fourth quarter.
So let's take a 60-second timeout. We'll do that. We'll be back with more Pep Nation on YouTube and US 98.
Food. Simply point your vehicle to Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop on Highway 75. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Saturday just the way you like it. Stop in and enjoy their daily specials, homemade pies, friendly staff. Copan Restaurant also serves prime rib Friday and Saturday nights. Like them on Facebook for all the specials and up-to-date information. That's Copan Restaurant and Truck Stop, Highway 75, just north of Copan, Oklahoma.
Peck's Custom Butchering in Dewey has the meats you crave. Steaks, ribs, burgers, and more. All Peck's meats are locally raised, hormone-free, grass-raised, and grain-fed, so your meals will be tender and oh so juicy. Now's a great time to pick up a side of beef from Peck's to cover so many different meals. For large or small bundles, a whole side, or just some steaks for the weekend. Stop by Peck's Custom Butchering on Highway 75 just north of Dewey.
If Tops had football cards for high school, Jackson Guard would want that one on his card.
Yeah, that was an impressive play, and again, he's been kind of the workhorse all year. But what's been steady about it and unique is that he's got so many around him to complement him. So you might want to key on him, but then all of a sudden you're coming back with a Jace Buckley or an Austin Freisberg or a Boone White or a Raiden Martin, and don't forget the arm of Lane Denny. And so again, we've talked about those skill positions and all that, and nice snag up by 46 to save some yardage.
That was a great, good grief. I don't even see what that number is.
46.
And there's no number 46 on the roster here.
Well, whoever you are, Mr. 46 for Neodesha, great hands out there. That's definitely a good job saving some yardage because that thing was coming in hot.
I'm guessing he might be the third baseman for the baseball team based on hot corner and what we saw there.
Yes.
Good grief.
Yeah, that was fielded well.
So 1st and 10 for Neodesha from the 48-yard line. We'll see if 46 has a bruise on his chest from that. Good grief. From the shotgun, White looking to throw, and it is batted down. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, so it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and they're getting back to that quick passing game out there. Again, they had that receiver unable to complete it there, but kind of going back to see where that is. And so now you're winding down. You're looking to see where it is. It's a different situation when you're further out from a scoring standpoint, and but you're still within 2 scores and 2 points to bring it in. So it's still a two-score ball game if you're in Neodesha with 6:45 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, once again, that pass was to the right side of the field, to his right side. I wonder if White is more comfortable throwing to his left. We'll see. From the shotgun, here we go. Low snap taken. Pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. A nice hit to make sure that Cole Ramey doesn't catch that.
Yeah, that was Jacob McVeigh again coming in, and he's delivered a couple of really big hits this evening and done a good job. Again, just there defensively and doing a good job to make sure that isn't a completion and bring up 3rd and 10 here.
It's one of those things you'd like to see it just because hard workers, they play hard, but they're also they play respectful. I mean, yeah, it was a good tackle on Ramey, but then immediately hopping up to see if he's okay and to help him up.
Yeah, and that's indicative of both sides of these. There's a respect rivalry there that's kind of come along. It really hasn't been there, I would say, traditionally, but in years past because of how competitive they were against each other in middle school, and that they anticipated that. And this year in social media, you get the opportunity for them to talk a little bit ahead of time, and so both sides were kind of engaging a little bit of that banter back and forth, being undefeated coming in on this homecoming night here in Caney.
And it was a pass that fell incomplete on 3rd and 10. The pass was just a little low. The receiver tried to go down and get his arms underneath the ball, but it hit the ground. So once again, the Blue Streaks looking at a 4th and 10 from the 48-yard line, 6:36 to go in the game.
Yeah, and with 2 scores and being midfield, you're going to look at a situation here where they're going to try to convert this, and so very crucial here. Stay home, keep him in front of the sticks, don't let it convert.
Rolling to his right is White, and looking to get the first down himself, and I think he's going to be driven short, and a flag on the field.
Yeah, and I'm not. It seemed like he was out of bounds there, and then the flag may come in afterwards. And sorry for the delayed camera action there. You're trying to work through everything with the clock and everything else, but maybe you got better eyes than me, but I didn't see what really occurred there. It felt like the whistle blew and he went out of bounds, and then you have a personal foul that maybe occurred late, but I believe that occurred after the play was over. It'll be interesting to see here what the call is, though.
It looks like there is somebody down on the far sideline around the Neodesha bench, and don't know who it is really.
Yeah, I again didn't quite see it. I think you're going to get an explanation here, and really uncharacteristic and undisciplined this late in the game. You don't want to see that. The last thing you want is any type of injury.
Right.
My suspicion is it may be the runner. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen him pop back up. But again, my curiosity is unless I saw it wrong, I felt like you had the runner out of bounds and a whistle blow, and then the flag came late, and so it's just a matter of was he slow getting the flag out, or was that truly after the play?
And if I remember correctly, that was a quarterback keeper. That was White on the run. And I'm looking out on the field. I don't see White.
Yeah, and so, again, it was after the play. It's going to be Caney's ball there, and again, from what I observed, that made sense. You saw him clearly out of bounds. You heard the whistle blow, and then that flag came out super late. So that's what it showed there. But it looks like it was a late hit, and you're hoping that young man is okay. Again, their coaches want an explanation and would like to see that occurred during the play, but the reality was clearly from up here, from what I saw during the play, he was well out of bounds. You could hear the whistle, and then that flag came out about 2 seconds later. And so, again, you understand the frustration from the coach, but I think that's the right call in that situation.
So it will be first down for Neodesha.
No, for Caney.
Oh, it is a first down.
Yeah, so it occurred after the play was over. So the second the whistle blows, that's a.
Thank you for that.
That's going to be Caney's ball. The penalty still
down.
assessed, but yep.
I'd forgotten that was a fourth down and a turnover on downs. So Caney ball, yes. And they're trying to get yards up the middle, and they're going to stop right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard loss, but nonetheless, keeping the clock moving here, going to about 2nd and 11 from the 33. I had forgotten totally that was a fourth down play, and a first down was not made. So Caney ball, then the foul.
Yes.
Thank you for that explanation. It makes some sense.
Yeah, it can be confusing there, and again, you saw the coach over there, and I don't blame him. You're arguing to try to see and be an advocate that it happened during the play, but the reality is again, that whistle blew very clearly, and then that flag was out about a couple seconds later. So fairly confident, and that's what showed up, that was after the play was over. You just hope on the other side of the ball that young man's okay, and that you don't see any injuries this late in the game with 5:49 left in the fourth quarter.
Second down, pitch to Garden. Getting about 3 or 4 on the play. Some tough yards there from number 27. And a flag comes in after the play.
Yeah, getting a little chippy late, and you're hoping that it isn't, that going on. The indication is against Caney right here, and so that's really not what you want to see late in the game. You got to stay disciplined no matter what the score is up there, and really the unfortunate thing is the clock stops now. You're going to lose some yardage. And so you've got a penalty here that's going to back us up and create a very long situation for Caney.
And I'm not familiar with the sign that the ref made there.
Yeah, I think it's an unsportsmanlike, and so you might have had something there, and that's going to back him up again quite a bit. And I think that comes with the loss of down, so it'll be 3rd and a mile here.
and really, honestly, uncharacteristic from this Bullpup team. I mean, that's the third 15-yard penalty they've received in this game.
Yeah, and emotions are running high. It's been a competitive game, but really what you don't want to do is get in a situation here where you back yourself up in a corner, the clock stops again, so it's a free penalty, almost a free timeout, and really sets up now what's going to be a 4th and forever with 4:30 left on the play.
So it'll be 4th down. The ball will be about the 25-yard line. And it is 5:20 to go in the game. So 4th and 19. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if they run this play clock and even take a timeout. I'm not sure if they would do
Yeah,
something
we have
like
3
that,
left. I would imagine that's probably safe, or at least you're going to see it under 5 before it's snapped. And so you're looking here to get a clean snap.
Low
little
snap.
bit of a bounce, but a
good
great kick.
Wow.
And a Caney bounce. That's a huge break for the Bullpups.
Wow.
So, again, that's what you like to see with 4:44 left in the fourth quarter.
That took a big Caney bounce. It was headed towards the sideline, and it just bounced back in. And the ball will be placed about the 24-yard line. Huge break for the Bullpups right there. So Neodesha will have the ball on their 24-yard line. They got to go 76 yards and then get a couple onside kicks, to be honest. But only 4:44 to do that here into this game. We'll keep it right here. We want to make sure we get the end of the game in, of course. So we'll keep it right here on Pup Nation on YouTube and on US 98. This is KUSN Deering. Chris Roy, Blake Vargas with you here. White from the shotgun looking to pass. Throwing it deep. He's got a receiver, and it is batted down. Drake Roberts with a great defensive play, knocking that away from the receiver.
Yeah, that was well defended and one that I was surprised you didn't try to catch that, but honestly, at this point, that's all you want. That's great coverage, outside hand, being able to go there and knock that ball away, and did a good job there. Again, that speed, just staying stride for stride with the Neodesha receiver there.
So 2nd and 10 from the 24. Bunched on the far side. White looking to pass. Went for the screen up the middle screen, and it's no good. And passes
yeah, and Austin
to
Freisberg about said that was mine, and again had his hand in there and well defended. It wasn't going to go anywhere if he caught it, and he about had it as his own and was going to be heading the other direction with bringing up a big 3rd down here.
Yeah, quickly 3rd and 10. Yeah. 4:32 to go in the game. Caney leads 22-6. Time to score brought to you by Community National Bank of Caney. I was not expecting this. After that first half we saw, I was not expecting, I knew it was going to be a close game, but Caney kind of pulling away with some great rushing touchdowns in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if you weren't watching from the beginning, you'll look at the stats and you'll begin to see some things, and excellent coverage out there by Jacob McVeigh, but you're going to see the turnovers and the things on the ball where it is, but the reality is this was zeros at halftime.
Yeah. And a Bullpup is down, but cramping.
Missed his Gatorade today. We're going to have to work on the hydration, or Powerade, I should say. We're sponsored and by them, but out there stretching a little bit and looks to be okay, but just getting stretched out there and a little hot and humid for this late in the year, but can't complain. Still a beautiful night here in Caney.
Absolutely. Thank you, Powerade.
Yes.
Thank you, Powerade. So with 4:17 to go in this fourth quarter, Caney leads 22-6. I still can't believe it was zeros at halftime, and now, Neodesha scored first in that third quarter. Caney came back and scored and got the 2-point conversion, and then 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter for the Bullpups.
Yeah, and this is a kind of a precarious situation to be in. You're down 2 scores, only 2 scores right now. 2 scores, 2-point conversions. You could theoretically look at that, but 4:17 and this deep on your side of the field, you're wondering, okay, am I going to punt? But there just really isn't enough time. So really, Caney's got to be prepared here. That cramp's still lingering out there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that is. I know. I mentioned earlier Boone White has been dealing with some back issues, and so I'm not sure if that's him out there. I don't see him here on the sideline, and so my suspicion is that might be, but he's popping up here, and yep, that appears to be him. And he was getting stretched out earlier as well, and so whether it be the heat-related cramps or that kind of back injury nagging him a little bit off.
So they will tend to him on the sideline. But action will resume here. 4th and 7 for Neodesha on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and I look for that quick out again. If I'm up there pre-snap, kind of seeing what's worked for me in the past, the gentleman there in the slot that kind of has worked for I believe that's number 2 possibly out there. And so if we can get a little separation there and kind of go, are we going to look through? And that's exactly the direction he looks, throws that way, and it just kind of sailed off and intercepted. And again, watch out. The return man here wisely, no need to risk it. And again, great job by Connor Pauley with that interception and just back there playing center field.
So Connor Pauley forced a fumble, and he's had an interception.
Yeah.
We talk about his speed on special teams and on the offensive side. Connor Pauley's made a difference in the defensive side of this game.
Yeah, and really he's known really for his offensive prowess when you look out there in the speed and the stuff that he has. But you forget, this is a young man that I had the privilege of coaching when he was in youth football, and I promise you he would come downhill and look for contact, even though he may not be as big as some of those other counterparts, and you love that in a young man like that. So the toughness out there, he kind of surprises you, but the athleticism, tip drill, getting that, and really you're just looking, can we get a drive here to last 4 minutes and close out this game.
Handing the ball off to about the 35, up to about the 34-yard line. Let's see who that was. Mr. Freisberg. Yes, Austin Freisberg with the carry.
Yeah, and he may be one of those that you don't recognize because he's put on about 20, 25 pounds of pure muscle from this time last year and hasn't lost a step from his speed and athleticism, and that's a scary thing, I promise you, not only on the football field, but a multi-sport athlete for our Bullpups that we're very proud of, like many of these young men out there this evening.
2nd and 6 from the 34. Once again, a handoff right up the middle. Man, a nice burst of speed. Mr. Freisberg past the 30, still moving, still on his feet down to the 27-yard line. So a nice gain of 7. Will that be enough for the first down?
Yeah, I think they're kind of debating on definitely was, and so you got enough for a first down. Most importantly, you're keeping that clock running as we close in on 3:25 here in the 4th quarter.
And I was just thinking about it as this offensive drive started for the Bullpups. If I remember correctly, that's 3 interceptions now by Neodesha's quarterback, Javante White. Very uncharacteristic.
Very much so. And again, it starts the pressure up front and then just being really athletic on the far side and in the back end. And they've done a good job as we look at run up the gut again for nice positive yards on first down.
Traxon Garden past the 25 up to about the 21-yard line. So a great gain on first down. It'll be a little shorter than that. They're going to mark him down at the 22. But still, a gain of 6 on first down. 2nd and 4. As we go under 3 minutes to go in this game, Caney leads 22-6. Time and score brought to you by Community National Bank of Caney. Letting that play clock wind down now.
Yeah, no surprises here. You're going to get a heavy dose of right up the gut, a little belly there, and just coming over. And I believe that was
Traxon on the carry.
Yeah, I think so.
Gained about 1, so the ball up to the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. We'll get below 2 minutes before the next snap.
Yeah, and this is right up Coach Davis's alley when you're looking to be able to spend some time on the clock, ball control. Really what you want is one more first down here to close it out as we look at 1:50 left on the clock with 5 seconds left on the play clock.
Pitch out to Garden, looking to turn the corner. He does, past the 20 to the 15.
Yeah, shoved out of bounds, and so that's going to stop the clock there with 1:40 left to go, but it is going to be enough for a fresh set of downs, and that should close it out.
First and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, with one timeout, you're
One
probably
timeout.
going in victory formation. You might hand it off up the gut here, but really well fought by both teams. Again, 0-0 at halftime. Really couldn't have imagined where it was going to end up, but in the end, despite not playing 4 quarters in the previous because you're ahead of your opponent for either side, Caney's got the deeper legs here to be able, and then there it is, just that little push right up the gut to keep the ball moving and to bring us under a minute to go in the fourth quarter.
And remember, aiding the runner is when you pull, not push.
Push away.
Just when you think you can't learn any more about the game of football, here we go.
Absolutely, and that's the daily struggle in life too, is being able to learn something new every day. We challenge our kids that, and they work really good job. But really, again, hard-fought battle between these two teams, and really excited to see that. Again, that victory formation's the best-looking one if you're on this side of the ball, as we're right at the minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
There was a snap. I'm not sure. I guess there was a play.
Yeah, we'll need one more to close it out.
Nobody moved. That's what kind of threw me off a little bit. So they snapped, and then everybody's interesting. So they got to wait.
Take it any time. There's one more time I see.